an opportunity that we can't pass on.
Nō reira, e te iwi, nau mai whakahuki mai ki te papai oia mo te ngā kemu o poi tūkohu mo ngā kura tuarua o te motu nei. Nō reira, welcome back. We're here in session 2, halfway through day 1 whānau. It's been a bit of an action-packed day 1 with a few upsets, few wins, few big wins, small wins, but we're ready to go in our action-packed second session. Behind me, the game 1 will be Christ College taking on Auckland champions Dilworth. So looking forward to that one. And then after that will be Cashmere High School, Te Ringo Kahukura taking on St. Pat's Silverstream from Wellington. Nō reira e te iwi, nau mai, hoki mai. Kia ora. Nō reira, tēnei te mihi kia koe ngā iwi I tai mai nei ki te mā taki e nei. Whakataitai, te poi tūkohu o te ngā kura tuarua o Aotearoa. Nō reira, ko Joshua Thompson, tuku ingoa, nau mai, hoki mai ki te papa oia, Fly Palmy Arena whānau, so welcome. It's just me in the booth right now. Miles is on his way, so you'll have me for the jury, well, until Miles gets here pretty much. And we have a big game coming up. Christ College, the defending AA boys champions, taking on Dilworth, the Zone 1 champions of 2025. So we're in for a good one, whānau. Christ College did have a win this morning against Nelson, and Dilworth went down to Aquinas. I wouldn't, some would say an upset, but you know, you never know in these types of tournaments. So good to see some interesting matchups. Obviously, Christ College led by the men's under 16 New Zealand team, Ben Sheet, and Dilworth led by the current junior Tall Blacks head coach Josiah Ma'ama. And we have our Dilworth lineup: Ben Wilson, Dante Stoney, Kingston, Kalahi Aso, JC Goodman, Kristen Cole Ione, also known as KC, Kapereira Hoyata, Tamati Shermichael, Sione Tavidi, Ronan O'Sullivan, Cheria Tapsul, Ariki Jacob, and me Kare I Bristol Hoyata, coached by Josiah, assisted by Christian Ward. So they're our Zone 1 champions there, and Josiah just giving us our last minute instructions. And there's our defending champions from 2024, led by Bruno Thompson, Hawani, Ofa Tongia, Boston Pairata, Matthew McQuinlan, Archie Naja, Ihaka Kate, Tawhiri Kate, Sebastian Thompson, Harry Flatman, Luke Edmonds, Jack Howard, and Joshua Shanahan. Coached, like I said, by current under 16 men's head coach Ben Sheet, assisted by Tom Higgins. Miles, welcome.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good.
What's going on?
Yeah, no, very excited for this one. How do you feel about this one?
Mate, I am the most excited I've been all day.
Yeah.
One, I get to call this game with you. Two, my guy, Tom Higgins, is assistant coach. I had the privilege of doing a World Cup cycle with Tom as part of the Junior Tall Blacks. So love it when I get to reconnect with some guys and see some people, which is like apart from the basketball. Isn't that what this tournament's all about? Yeah, just hanging out and seeing everyone.
Just catching up with old friends. Obviously, Tom Higgins is a student at UC, finishing off his teaching degree.
Yes.
He is working, I think, at Christ College. And our team in grey from Manawatu, Jasmine Dean. And I think that's Taranaki, Jess Armfield.
You can't see the mountain?
Just my eyes are getting old. Even though it's on the screen right there.
Yeah. That is the mountain, my friend.
Yeah, like I said earlier before you got here, Dilworth. Wouldn't say upset because, you know, teams, you have really no idea how well they match up. They had a loss to Aquinas this morning and Christ College beating Nelson. So 2 teams on like completely different paths, but new game.
Yeah,
a lot at stake though.
And it's crazy that you're saying this
on day one.
In the evening of day one, like a lot at stake in a pool game. But you're right. You and I were just watching the tail end, and you thankfully started so I could watch the end of it. But Aquinas getting another win over St Kent's, down on court 1. And, you know, they've come out of single A and they're playing really, really well. And it was great as we see Christ get that opening basket. But it's great to see some of those guys that were with the Phi as part of their academy and part of their training program now doing really, really well with Aquinas.
Coach Matt Lacey's doing a great job there in developing the high school talent, well, the younger talent in the Tauranga area, as we see Christ College couldn't get up with the defensive two-dopper there, as we see good defense there from Christ College as Tawhiti Kate, who was with Ben at the FIBA Under-16 Asia Cup tournament. Like we talk about that, you know, Christ College finished 5th in the zone, but not having your head coach and your starting point guard is a big issue.
Yeah, and it's on the flip side from the boys' side to the girls' side, as we say, a great little inside look, can't get that to go. But the girls right now have got some teams that withdrew because their best players are all away with the 16s, which tips off tonight. I don't know if I'll be awake at 11 o'clock. No. I'd like to try and be awake so I can watch that game, but it's been a long day already as we see another inside bucket from Christ.
Hawani Tongia there, just using his physical presence. He was a big part of their win last year and obviously the win for the under-18 Canterbury team. So, you know, as we see Kingston using his muscle down low. Wasn't really impressed with Kingston down at under-18. Sufa Waitakere, big body, good footwork.
And this is where I was going to go with that. His footwork is very, very good. I do like the fact that he's strong and knows how to use his body really well. But it's the footwork that I think is really impressive. As we see a replay here.
Great pressure there from young Hoyata.
Just able to turn the ball and force that 8-second violation.
And
defense has been optional in a couple of games I've seen today, so it's great to see. Great to see that coming about early.
It's funny though, like teams that play just a little bit of defense, it's generally the teams that get through these types of competitions, right?
And really, really cool to see. In a long year for some of these schools.
Yeah, for sure.
As we see Dilworth come away and start pushing in transition.
Yeah, you're looking at 50, 60 games for some of these boys in terms of like school games, rep games.
Yeah. I mean, the last year I did some stuff with Palmy Boys, which was 18,000 years ago. We ended up playing about 60 games in the season. That was like pre-season, Super 8, school games here, you know, all sorts of things. It really adds up.
Yeah, as we see Bruno Thompson there with an open look. Great penetration from Kate there to find Thompson, just couldn't make it. As we see a little bit of, you know, applied pressure from Christ College. Staple of not just a Christ College thing, but a Canterbury situation. As we see the denial of KC there at the top. Great jab step, just to create some space.
Yeah, the denial, you know, and I've been chatting to a couple of people. I did not see that first round at 9 o'clock. I was still getting my life sorted and making a coffee at that time. As we see the corner 3 go down.
Yeah, Boston Pairata, who is a microwave from outside the three-point line. He is deadly catch and shoot. Started off training with the Rams, did Boston Pairata for a little bit.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. They do train out of Christ College, so it makes sense to have a few of your own there, right?
practice some extra bodies. But the same like we were talking about Aquinas, if you look across the board for both the men's and the women's competition, boys and girls competition here, great wall up. Even better find, really good defense and wall up there, forcing the pass, but a great decision. Yeah. Both sides for here, for the boys and the girls.
Yep.
The quality of basketball player that is getting produced for the kids with the ability to train or be part of the Sal's NBL teams or the Tauihi League in their region is huge. And you can see, like last year, Jackson Ball, Tama, that matchup in the final was absolutely fantastic. And we've got a number of athletes here on both sides that have got that opportunity now and are doing a great job with it.
Just their experience, right? Playing with pros, older guys that have been, you're playing with 11, 12, 13-year vets who have been around the world. And you're getting, as a high schooler, you're side by side with them. So those types of opportunities are great, as we see a bit of applied pressure out of their free throws. Christ College with a 1-2-1-1 press.
Some pretty good defense there, able to keep the hands out.
Yeah, great hands there from Captain Ihaka Kate. Obviously, he is the head boy across college too. He's had a pretty...
there you go. A little bit of information I didn't know. A little bit of extra responsibility on them shoulders.
Yeah. He's actually had a pretty busy last month or two, because he was actually in the Manu Kōrero competition last week as well, representing Christ College in the Kōremako section, senior English.
Just doing everything.
Yeah, so...
Great offensive rebound there.
Yeah, that's young Harry Flatman there.
Bit of a motor. See him working down low.
So, Whānau, we are actually not the only court going. There's two others going at the same time, which, you want to stay here because you want to listen to me and Miles, of course. But, Miles is just flicking through so we can give updates as we see some applied pressure from Dilworth, from Goodman. I believe younger brother of Oscar Goodman, JC Goodman. That's number 6 there from Dilworth.
Yep.
So if you don't know Whānau, Oscar Goodman is at the University of Michigan.
Yes. Doing doing his studies and getting his learn on, which is fantastic. A number of Kiwi athletes in the States at the moment.
Yeah, I think I read a stat actually. We have like a New Zealand record of athletes in Division 1 this year. It's around 60, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, 69 or something like that.
Just the number of athletes in general. There are a number of kids at Division 1, 2, 3, junior college.
Yeah. Nice move.
One of my guys that I just loved working with through the junior national program, River Dreyfus, is in Canada and doing really well over there. So there are kids in international places of all sorts.
There's a great move there from Tawhiri Kate. Just strong with the left hand. Obviously another product of Canterbury, who was with the Rams this year, played Rapid League as a youngin.
Did a pretty good job scoring the ball on occasion.
Yep.
There's some of that footwork that we spoke of. Christ College able to shut down that option.
Great pass off. Bit of a brother-to-brother action there. Kate to Kate. Ihaka finding his younger brother, and Christ College is just building a nice 12-7 lead here early. There's no defensive pressure there, as you can tell. It's been relentless over this first 6 minutes of this game. It
has indeed. Now, playing with a sibling is pretty cool. I was able to do that in the Sal's NBL with the Mano 2 Jets with my younger brother Brooke and with the Otago Nuggets.
Oh, awesome!
So we had a couple of teams where we got to play together, and it makes life interesting when later on at the dinner table and all those sorts of things. You should have passed me the ball, but it was playing at any level with a sibling. It is pretty bloody rewarding,
100%,
particularly at that level.
As we see Tongia downhill with the left hand, and that's one of his strengths, getting to the rim with his left hand and just being physical at the point of attack and playing through contact. I think that's the biggest thing now. Guys are a lot more physical than when I was back in high school. They have abilities to play through high school. I don't know. You were the big guy, so you played down low all the time.
The physical was all the time.
Yeah,
down low, as we see a great finish there.
So KC, I believe, getting to the line. Yeah, KC Ioane. Oh, just great pump fake. Way to play off 2 feet. Staple in today's game is to play off 2 feet. Well, you always played off 2 feet, didn't you, down in the post?
Yeah, you have to, because and it was great when I first got to New Zealand. Like I was talking with Jax before. So mum's from Te Awamutu.
Yep.
But I actually grew up in Australia, and when I came to the game here in New Zealand, I'd already played a couple of years in Australia. But the big guys, Andrew Park, Perry Cameron, guys like this, Ed Book, shout out to Ed, who you're so strong and so skilled and so physical. You had to play off two. If you tried anything off one, they just put you on the floor. And, so the ability for these guys now, you see the footwork and what they can do. It's just another level. And these guys are doing it at high school with their careers ahead of them. It's great to see. As we see Taff just moving around, using his just athletic ability and change of speed there to get into the paint. Just great work there by Tawhiri Kate. As Josiah's just going to have to figure out what he's going to do on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, getting it inside to Kingston seems like a great idea, but he really needs to finish those through the contact. Well, he draws so much attention. He's got that gravity. So anytime he catches the ball down low, he's strong. He's got the footwork. As we see Christ knock down that three and extend that lead even more. Archie Naji there from Kuruwhiwhi Toru, Christ College. I think I was telling someone, Christ College don't beat themselves. You have to go out there and just give it to them. Because if you let them do what, as we see a replay here, that Kuruwhiwhi Toru, if you let them go about their business, they will just punish you, and you have to dictate defensively and be a bit more physical and active. And this is the way this is the environment that Ben's created and how he's taught these guys how to play. So a lot of credit to the athletes, because they're the ones on the floor doing the job. Oh, for sure. But the coaching staff, and it's the same for every school. Yep. The coaching staff creates these daily little habits and what's going on, as we see Christ score again, forcing Dilworth into a timeout. Yeah, you think about who Quinn Clinton was their coach last year for Christ College. Heard of that guy. He's done some stuff. Shout out, Quinn. But then Ben's just seamlessly fit back in. Obviously, Ben won the Christ College's first title with Hunter, Adams, and Harrison. So it's back in a couple of years ago. Yeah. So and Hunter, if you're listening, and Harry, if you're listening, shout out to those guys. Hunter's off doing a little Davidson Wildcat thing. Davidson, so you actually think about the transition for Christ College has been quite seamless, right? Ben Sheet to Quinn, back to Ben. So there's nothing new there. And both coaches, obviously, in the Rams environment, so they're working together. So it's nothing new to these boys. I think the tone of voice and things like that can change, but the messages are the same. Yeah, without a doubt. And it's one of the things that you actually really like to see is how players adjust and adapt to some changes like that. Yeah, for sure. And do we dare bring it up, like how the netball has reacted? Oh, yeah. To what's going on. We can bring that topic up, because I have my own opinion. Well, I'm not in the camp environment. I don't know what's going on, but it's great to be able to see, that there are going to be changes in how athletes deal with these bits of adversity in whatever way, shape, and form. Whether it's an injury, whether it's a teammate you don't like, whether it's whatever it might be, as we see a great little post-action. Great find. That's a good find there by Kingston to open up the Kuruwhiwhi Toru, but just couldn't knock it down. You see deal with it. Kind of looks like a zone, but it's like a Pac-Man. Yeah. Trying to play the pack line defense. Yeah. Which is their defense is trying to force passes around the perimeter, and you can see all the driving lanes shut down.
Yeah, I think Cross College are kind of doing the same thing, but it's great footwork, but no, got called for travel. I'd like to see like a replay of that one. I thought he did a good job fighting through that and then doing the 1-2.
It was, but if you see here on that replay, there's a lot of bodies in the paint.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a modern basketball spacing thing. We need some guys. I understand you've kind of gone in a quasi-transition.
Yeah.
We need some guys getting to the three-point line. We need some guys creating that space, just so your big man can go to work.
A little ghost screen action there from Kate to his brother, Kate. Getting to downhill on the left hand, like Hawani, Tongia and Kate are pretty, Ihaka Kate that is, are pretty tough guards. Being left-handed, you know all about how hard it is to guard a left-handed player.
Polyblank still gives me, I caught up, I saw BP coaching this afternoon, and the amount of times that he put in work is, you know, it's a thing. Like the lefties have got this little bit of something to their game.
Yeah, and Cross College got two of them that are, you know, supreme athletes too, and physical, as we see young Ihaka to the Kurutotuku, makes both.
Hayes Walker, Callum McRae, two lefties that I've coached in the past.
Yeah, geez. There's been Randall Bishop. I was talking about Randall Bishop earlier.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Blast from the past.
Yeah. But we all know who the ultimate lefty is coming out of New Zealand basketball. Obviously, his kids, well, two of his kids are in college. And
Jordan Nato. He doesn't have kids in college.
Oh, well. Yeah, there's that one too. Yeah.
No, Phil Jones.
I saw he was playing at the First Nations tournament in Auckland. He was playing basketball this weekend.
Phil's playing.
Yeah, he was playing.
There you go. I don't think my knees could handle that, but Phil's much younger than me.
To be fair, all he has to do is run three-point line. Just shoot threes.
All I got to do is screen for him to get him open, and it's a match made in heaven.
Yeah. So you could survive.
I doubt that very much.
As we have, I think, a technical difficulty with our shot clock whānau. Yep. They just adding a bit more time on the clock. Man, this first quarter's Woods pass as Cross College have a 23-8 lead on Dilworth, and I think the difference in the game right now is Cross College's active defense, hands, getting in passing lanes, driving lanes, clogging it up, and just making everything a little bit more difficult for Dilworth to score.
Yeah, the defensive effort has definitely been there. And Dilworth is a talented group.
Yeah.
Holding a group like this to just 8 points with a tick, a couple of ticks under 30 seconds to go in a quarter, that's a very good effort. Now, Dilworth has created some pretty good looks. We saw that post kick out. We saw a couple at the rim that just haven't gone down. So if they can knock some of those down, that adds that little bit of scoreboard pressure, and we'll see what happens as the officials here are chatting to head coach, trying to sort out the rest of the problems in the world, and no doubt.
Yes, I think it may be Cross College ball. Yep. As we see our extended pressure here from Dilworth.
Just trying to disrupt that flow that Christ are in right now.
A little X action, handoff. Taff will just kind of, I think, dribble for the last shot as he gets into the wing on ball. Tough. Impressive that he almost got that off, but great offensive rebound, offensive two-dupper there from Flatman, who finishes strong. And there we have it, whānau. End of the first. Cross College with a commanding 25-8 lead. Miles, what's impressed you the most?
I'm Flatman's effort on the glass. He's grabbed 2 or 3 offensive rebounds right now. I'm really impressed with him and the way he's going about it as just him by himself. But right now, the defense from Christ's is just a team effort, top to bottom. They're doing a great job being disruptive, forcing Dilworth out of the things that they want to do. And they are just doing a one shot, rebounding that and getting down and doing their work. Now, Dilworth, as we mentioned, is talented. So you know that they're going to bounce back. So hopefully this second quarter, they got a little time to have a korero and see what they can come up with to eat into this lead.
Yeah, just checking my phone here. Late Leighton said hello, and he said he was with you at that World Cup team with
yes, he was.
Tom Higgins.
Yeah, there we were. There's the Brains Trust, Briggsy, Leighton, and myself.
Yeah.
I feel like Leighton and I carried Briggsy. We carried Briggs.
He would definitely agree with you on that one.
Lates would. I don't know.
Yeah.
Briggsy won't. Briggsy won't.
We all know Briggsy won't, but Lates will.
No, but that was it was a fantastic group, and we were really lucky to have some amazing athletes.
Yeah, Max Darling.
Yeah. So it
Max
was.
Diggies.
So it was a Flynn Cameron, Cruz Parrott Hunt, Oscar Oswald, Max Darling, Sam Meninga, James Moores, Max de Geest. Some great guys that are doing a really, really good job in the Sal's NBL, in the NBL. And it was just a fantastic environment, some really competitive guys, and just from top to bottom through the whole cycle. It was just absolutely fantastic. And my guy, Tom Higgins, down there, assistant coach of Christ, was there all 3 years. And so it's great to see him back involved with basketball.
Yeah, shout out to Tom Higgins. Catch up with him every time in the gym. Down in Christchurch, because we obviously go to the same gym. He's a little bit bigger than I am, though. So
yeah, I didn't go to the gym today, so that'll make 15 years in a row. I loved the weight room as an athlete, and then once I stopped playing, I was like, oh man, I don't have to do this. I probably need to get back there, to be honest. As we see action get underway, Dilworth moving the ball a lot better than they did in that first quarter.
Yeah. KC and Wainie, nice. Kuruwhiwhi Toru. Cross College looked like they were in a bit of a junk zone there to start the second quarter, so adjustments already.
But a tough one, because KC's a guy that can knock that down and is known to be able to shoot from that range, yet the closeout was there. There's just no hand. Better hand on that one. Doesn't matter.
Nice. KC Wainie starting to heat up. That's back-to-back Kuruwhiwhi Toru's for the Dilworth star. Ooh, unlucky there. I thought he walled up pretty well. As we see the replay. Yeah, I'm not going to make a comment on that.
It's always a tough one when athletes get in the air. I feel for the referees at every level. You got to make a split-second decision. We're watching the replay going, oh, maybe, sort of thing. And we're still not sure after watching the replay.
No.
And these guys, the team in grey's got to do it, and do it very, very quickly.
But he made that, so why would you call that? I'd actually like to see Hawani dunk that instead of the up and under.
Maybe he's just showing off that he can do it.
Yeah, true. That's just like, I've never been able to do that, so I can't really speak. I'm just, for entertainment purposes, that's what we want to see.
Been a couple of good dunks I've seen today in a couple of the boys' games.
Yes, I actually heard KC and CJ Flavel met at the rim today, I think.
There you go.
Yeah, I think Casey got him.
And just like that, they've cut it back to 10.
Kind of just started going, got 2 threes to go down. Now Iwani now has the layup to go with it. Could have been an and one, but we're still playing on. As we see Kate turn the ball over, try to be a little bit more fancy. Yeah.
And it's a thing of the modern game right now. No lead is really that safe with the volume of threes, as we see on that replay. Casey, you want to get to the rim, get 2 feet on the ground, and play with some balance and strength.
Yeah, it's a good foul there too.
As we see Christ College call a timeout, they've seen this lead, and 8 points in the first quarter for Dilworth, 8 points in the first 90 seconds for Dilworth.
Yeah, so it's started the quarter on an 8-1 run.
Yep.
So
that's the level of basketball that we know that they're capable of playing.
Just a shout out to Fly Palmy that upgraded their big board. And then I saw in the LED with
it's nice, man.
Man,
it's nice. I had nothing to do with that. I know I live in Palmy, but it's got nothing to do with me.
So,
but it was great having the Jets games. This place is set up, and it really is a fantastic venue. When you look across, here we are on show court, and then there's another. It feels like another 100.
Yeah, it does.
Courts going, but it's only another 8 courts going.
It's been really hot in here too.
Oh I'm in shorts and t-shirts still. Palmy's turned on the weather, man.
Yeah. Well, I've come from Christchurch, coming out of our winter, so anything for me is I'm hot.
We're talking to some people today. It sounds like the travelling for a lot of teams yesterday was
horrific.
There were some bad things. Auckland Grammar got diverted.
Weather.
To Wellington and got caught the bus up.
Wellington, of all places, to get diverted to because of
wind. I know. Well, there is a very lovely wind farm here in Palmy.
As we see KC make both Kurutautuku, and now we're in single figures, Miles.
Yeah, 10-1 run to start the quarter from Dilworth.
As Tongia gets downhill to the left hand, it's so hard to stop Hawaii. Ifo Tongia. Younger brother is at Shirley Boys, but not in the senior team, in the junior team.
And there's a number of kids that are coming through New Zealand at the moment that are just doing an outstanding job. And their time will come, no doubt.
Yeah, like the future of New Zealand basketball is looking bright in terms of talent, skill. And Kingston just can't get it to fall. He's doing all the right things, getting under the hoop. Just hasn't managed to let one drop just yet. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes throughout the game. Great pump fake there from Ihaka Kate into the mid-range. Bit of a lost start there. They'll
bring back the mid-range.
One dribble pull-up.
Well, with teams trying so hard to run off the... Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Great defense, pressure.
Great pressure, great trap. Price able to force a bad pass and pick that one off.
And then we get in there forcing another turnover. So it's 2 in a row there for Christ College.
But as we said, that with the amount of teams that are trying to stop the three-point shot and the stuff at the rim, the mid-range is the stuff that they're giving up. So for some of these kids coming through, if they can develop that, now you've got to be able to shoot the three to be run off the three. I don't know if anyone was running at me.
No. Oh, yeah. Oh,
no one's running at me. If they do, it's an accident, as we see Kate knock down a triple.
That's why you're running at Ihaka Kate, right? Because you can do that. And just to my correction, Aroha mai whānau, James Lisselman, shout out James Lisselman. Mateo, Hawaii's younger brother, has been called up to the Shirley Boys team, so he is actually here in Palmerston North as well.
I watched a little bit of their game on the live stream whilst commentating earlier in an earlier round.
Ilya Rosmini.
Yeah,
that was a good game. Oh, nice.
Got a piece.
There. Hawaii using his length. I really got to see KC up close a little bit more at the Stephen Adams camp. So liked what I saw from young KC. Has the body, athletic type, and very skilled, as we see. There's Flatman there, making him work for them.
Kid's got a motor. I like the way he plays in the mix.
Yeah.
Getting after it.
That's your favorite type of player, though, right?
Harry Flatman? Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And I've got no... Like, it's funny because I acknowledge that there are some very talented guys here, but it's sort of, and when I talk to some kids at times and try and get this across to some of the young kids, primary school, intermediate, say, who's the best player on the Warriors, the Gold State Warriors? Well, the answer is Steph Curry.
Yeah.
But who's the best player for the Warriors?
Team? Draymond Green.
Draymond Green.
Yeah.
And so the best player on the team and the best player for the team, and Draymond allows Curry and other guys to do what they do. And I was really disappointed when Kelly Laupepe got hurt for the Sydney Kings, because he's that kind of guy. High motor, just works his tail off, great defender.
Does all the little things,
All the little things.
Yeah. Almost you're talking like Dennis Rodman.
Yep.
You know, those types of guys that there is a place for them, and there still is a place for them.
Yeah.
Because you need guys that can get extra possessions.
Yep.
For example, in the New Zealand 17s, 19s, the Troy Plumtree gets extra possessions for you. You know, putbacks.
Yep. And these are like Lucky Crate.
Lucky Crate, yeah.
These guys did a great job. And I think it's tough at times because they're not always the jobs that are wanted or heralded, but they're the ones that make everyone else better. If you can, and that's the whole goal. We're trying to win. We're trying to make everyone else on our group better. And it's guys like that I really appreciate watching and seeing them do their work. Yeah. So others can put in theirs. As we see Dilworth fire away from 3, short on that one.
But everything is very contested, do you find, for Dilworth? Like, even if it's a late hand, it's a contest. I know, like, a late hand is you're late, but it's still a contest.
Depending on how good you are as a shooter as well. Like,
for sure.
So it's, you mentioned Max de Geest earlier.
Yep.
As we see this replay, bodies in the paint.
Just being physical.
Yep. You know, I don't think there was a hand at all that really bothered de Geest.
No. Oh,
you know,
nice.
Phil Jones, we see the reverse.
Yeah. Kurt
Lovely
Penny.
finish. Yeah, these guys, you know, they aren't bothered by that.
No.
Corey Webster, great. We see that pressure again from Christ. Dilworth deal with it well. Able to move the ball.
They're just forcing Dilworth into just tough looks and late shot clock situations here. And when they are getting the looks that they want, they're just falling short, right? Because they're working so hard to get the good looks, as we see Ben Wilson there get an easy basket. One of the very few that Dilworth have managed to get.
And at times, you got to take those easy ones. Those are the ones that really help you the most in as you try and win.
Yeah, for sure. As we see Flatman there, probably had Ihaka Kate there on the corner. As we see Ifo Tongia check back in for Ihaka Kate. Year 12, I believe Hawani is, so still another year at Christ College.
There are some young kids here. You just mentioned, you know, a player getting called in, you know, one of the young guys getting called up, injuries, whatever. And I know Westlake girls have got one of the year 9s in the squad. They've done a great job with that progression over the last couple of years. As we see that defense, Dilworth defense, force a shot clock violation.
Great stop there from Dilworth. Obviously, St. Andrews College have brought a few year 9s in because Mania and Ava Jones are in Singapore with the New Zealand squad. So,
as we mentioned, that game later on tonight.
Yeah, 11 p.m. whānau. Support our wahine over in Singapore. Shout out to Liam Connolly, head coach, and his staff. So looking forward to seeing how they go as they pursuit to qualify for the World Cup. As we see Kingston again, just working so hard down there. He'd just be a little bit frustrated, I think, not being able to finish one or two of those. Just working so hard.
Just, you see that battle down low, physical.
And effort. You know, that type of stuff is effort, right?
Oh, yeah. And that's when coaches and people talk about players that have a motor, they're talking about 100% effort 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And there are some players that play in spurts, and having that energy and having that effort the whole time is huge.
As we see there, effort, right? Getting on the ground, Archie diving for the ball, drawing the hutter. Because could have easily given up, but he didn't.
That's what you want to see. Ben Sheet, Brains Trust of Christ College.
Yeah, Foxy there with the beard. He's their video guy. So he's been with them for a long time. Bit of an athlete himself, old Foxy.
There you go. A little insider knowledge coming from Christchurch.
Yeah. Ooh, Bruno there hit the ground pretty hard, but gets up.
A double coming straight away.
Yeah, look at that. Just active hands from Taff. Great way to get back there from KC. As we see Wilson there. Pump fake from Tavidi. Great contest. Maybe just got him with the body there on the landing. But like I said, contest.
Yep. A little bit late. Thompson with the foul.
Yeah, as we see Ben getting a bit emotional there with that one. So great camera getting Ben frustrated.
But love the commitment and the desire to win.
Yeah, Ben's just giving him a little bit of a talk there.
Just off camera.
Just to say, hey, you know, you don't really need to jump and contest so hard on that one. Just get the hand up. But that's the thing with younger players is they want the glory, they want the block. But how many blocks, career blocks do you have? You're a rim protector, so that was your niche, right?
Yeah.
Your superpower, physical, getting rebounds, block shots. So you lived off that.
On some of that, you know, on a good year, you might be, and this is the crazy thing, on a good year, you might be 3 a game.
Yeah.
3.5 a game. And, you know, like that's crazy to think that.
That's good.
3.
Yeah.
It's not a big number.
No. No.
And there are some people who block a lot of shots, you know, like, but.
You might get it.
But it's kind of like steals.
Yeah.
Blocks and steals are interesting ones. We saw Dilworth turn the ball over a few times under that pressure.
Yeah.
But the guy who got the steal is he was the recipient of some other really good defense further up the floor.
Yeah, the benefactor, eh? He's the benefactor. Benefactor of all my hard work and Miles, you're getting my stat.
And sometimes like blocking a shot is kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're the last resort.
Yeah.
But and I can't remember the number. Nice little inside hand shot. Inside hand finish, can't get it to go. Great hustle, Dilworth. Making that work, creating corner 3. A little long on that one. But you might be the last line of defense, but there's some crazy stat about the amount of shots that are blocked. The big fella finally gets one to go.
Yeah, nice little wheel cut there to get the ball and just used his body really well, as we see Ifo Portongia with the and one.
The answer right there. And that's a quick score off that mate. But yeah, as I was saying, like the stat is crazy. We saw before Flatman block a shot and then got called for the foul because he blocked it. The team on offense stayed with it. Dilworth stayed with it. And the amount of block shots that you block and then keep possession is very few.
Yeah.
Still looks cool though.
Yeah. You might get what? A 5 a game, 1 every now and then a few others. Just if you're watching this game, Whānau, just a score update for the Nelson Tauranga boys, which is this pool here, 36-32, with 6 minutes to go.
In the second,
the second. As we see Kingston again finding himself down low, and you know, I think that one that he made has kind of got the ball rolling for him a little bit.
The floodgates a little, but I mean, what a turnaround for Dilworth right now. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. They've already scored 21.
As we
and
see.
After an 8-point quarter, great friendly roll there.
That is the ultimate shooter's roll there from Boston Pairata, who is, like I said earlier, a sharp shooter.
The soft touch.
As we see Kingston, at cap. Great box out there from Tawhiri Kate. Managed to get the tip and then get the ball. Nice wee drive and kick.
I do like that offense from Christ College, just there in the ball, change sides of the court. A lot of people touched the ball multiple times, and there was a great attack and pressure on the rim.
Oh, well, great effort there. Ihaka was out of the play, but, you know, those are those effort ones that you talk about, right? Yes.
And that one little tip, deflection and save gets the transition basket going the other way.
Yeah, tough. Just a little bit lucky there on the overhead pass. Tipped, and Hawaii's got good enough hands to get it. As we see Kingston, they like that little dive cut from Kingston there from the high post.
Well, he's got such a great skill set down low. It's just a great way as we see the replay of that deflection, save, kick ahead, and I love this patience here. Catch, the little pump fake, fly by and score it.
As we see Josiah, Coach Sire with another timeout. Down 21. We say that, you know, Dilworth have done a better job this quarter. They are still down 21.
Well, it was a 10-1 run to start with Dilworth. And, you know, that coach called a timeout. Coach Sheik called a timeout and obviously addressed some things in that little huddle. And you can see their group right now. Look how connected they are.
Yeah, for sure. They're a tight-knit group. You know, they've been through a lot over the past, well, I would say 3 years. Not a lot of player turnover. I think Ihaka, Kate, and Hawaii have been, you know, on the team for about 4 years now. So they've been there since they were year 10. So,
which is a fantastic thing to have that, the ability to keep guys in the game.
Yep.
And have those guys stay as part of it, you know, and the advantage for some of these schools that are coming to and qualifying over and over and over again.
Yep.
Is you get to build this thing where you've got some 9s and 10s that don't really play a lot, but they understand the experience. Because there's some schools here and some kids here that walk in, and this is a different beast to all the other tournaments. Yeah. I know the rep tournaments are big, but nothing is like this.
Yeah, I talk about it all the time, right? So you go to rep tournaments, that's the best in your age group. You come here, you've got the best of every age group in one place playing against each other. So you got the best under 16 kid playing against the best under 18 kid.
And when as soon as you step on court, no one cares that you're a year 9 or a year 10. No one cares that you're a year 13. We're all out here trying to compete and win.
Moved into a bit of a zone, did Dilworth.
Possibly trying to stop some of that dribble penetration.
Great defense there. Just walled up quite nicely, did KC. Oh, maybe I had 0.5, but we'll let it go. And whānau, that's our halftime break. We'll be right back with Christ College up 50-31.
Hey, I'm Dylan Boucher from Basketball New Zealand, here at Kakaramia School. Just having some great fun with the kids here with our Hoops and Schools programs.
Sorry, they want to play out that 1 second.
You did call it.
I did. I think it was 0.5 actually. Too bad they can't hear us up here, because you know we have a good view of pretty much everything. Yeah. No, they're giving them 1.2. I thought it was a 0.5, but we'll go with 1.2. Enough for a catch and shoot here, though. Oh! Geez, that was pretty close. Now, whānau, we'll go to a break, and we'll be right back with Christ College up 50 on Dilworth 31.
Hey, I'm Dylan Boucher from Basketball New Zealand, here at Kakaramia School. Just having some great fun with the kids here with our Hoops and Schools programs. Your school can be one of these schools having the fun with our Tall Blacks and Tall Ferns and local NBL and Tauihi teams. Nothing but fun going on out here. Prizes given away, kids making shots, laughter, fun. That's what it's all about.
Over the past 2 years alone, we've managed to install nearly 50 hoops across 25 Taranaki schools in the region. Not only are we providing opportunities for tamariki and rangatahi to participate, We're also proving the sustainability of the program itself as we continue to grow momentum right across the motu. Hoops in Schools continues to deliver amazing opportunities for kids all over New Zealand, giving them access to basketball no matter where they are.
We're really grateful for having the Hoops in Schools program in Taranaki. We are bursting at the seams in terms of facilities. We have something like 100 plus primary and intermediate school teams. Providing these hoops to the kids fitted in with the whole growth of the game. I know that having these hoops in the schools will just support the whole program and see the future growth of the game.
And go! Just fill up at a participating Caltex, stack your pump discounts, and you could collect more savings on your next visit. Oh, there's another one. Getting quite good at this. Filling and saving. Feels good.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this isn't about what we wore back in the day.
we're going to go now. Going once, going twice, no more offers. Scored!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
It's time for action. We are working to reduce the impacts of climate change because nature is not a resource, it's a collaborator. Nativa, leading with nature.
Food is your medicine. If you really want good health, know where your food's coming from.
We wanted our children to grow up in the wilderness. The world needs kids like that.
Māori have always understood the best way to live on this harsh land. We can hold on to our tikaka, our practices, our traditions, and bring them into this day and age.
Nō reira, tēnei te mihi ki a koutou. Nau mai hoki mai ki te papa oia, ki te whare o Fly Palmy Arena for this round 2 Pool C matchup between Te Karati or Christ College and Dilworth. Thoughts on the first half, Mox?
Look, it was a Christ College steamroll for the vast majority of that.
Yep.
Dilworth came out with a great start. I think it was a 10-1 run to start that second quarter, but Christ just figured them out and made, the chess match between the coaches continues, and the adjustments have been made, and so the adjustments throughout the first half were really good. Dilworth made that run, and then Christ adjusted again. So it'll be interesting to see what Dilworth have come up now with a couple extra minutes to talk about it. How are they going to adjust? How are they going to eat into this 19-point lead?
Yeah, I think the number one thing is they need to get stops real quick, and the penetration from Christ College, getting into the paint, finishing. I think the difference is the finishing through the contact as well.
Dilworth has created some very good shots, and some of them just haven't gone down. And unfortunately, those games happen.
Yeah.
And if you're not hitting from the 3-point line, if you're not finishing at the rim, whatever the situation may be in a game, how do you deal with that? How can you create some good looks potentially at the free throw line, uncontested layups, uncontested jumps, whatever it is that you need to keep that scoreboard ticking over? Because right now, Christ College probably don't feel a lot of scoreboard pressure with this lead that they've got.
Yeah, as we see, tough. And Christ College start with a little bit of an X cut into a DHO. So we hit back into the middle on ball. Bruno Thompson to Ihaka Kate, who had a strong first half. Finding Ifo Puitongia back to Pairata. Boom. Kuruwhiwhi Toru. I think my man Boston is 3 for 3 from the Kuruwhiwhi Toru.
Well, you did say he was a shooter, so that would be 3 for 3. That's 100%. That's a shooter in my books. As we see, a great answer there.
Yeah, Casey Ioane, starting the way that he started the second quarter, as we see Pairata. That was a quick release. It was a catch and shoot, that one. You can always find a guy in your team that can catch and shoot the ball. And Boston Pairata is that guy.
Now, I always wanted to be a catch and shoot guy. As another catch and shoot, fouled the three.
Just kind of walked underneath him there.
I was more of a go screen for the guy that's possibly going to be a catch and shoot guy.
Yeah, I also think you're a product of your era, though.
I got really lucky, and I played with some amazing shooters, so I relished the role. I loved screening. I loved doing all that dirty work.
Yeah.
And it's why I appreciate the guys who have that role in teams. But, you know, I was lucky enough to play with guys like Derek Rucker, John Riley in the Australian League, and for New Zealand, Phil Jones and Kirk Penny. You know, they're
pretty good guys to screen
great guys,
for.
yeah, like, you know. And the ability to just try and get them open, they draw enough attention that you're going to get the ball.
Yeah, you definitely would have been a benefit of how many dunks in those teams.
Yeah, Mark Dickel would point, you know, even in the Sal's NBL, you know, Stacey Lambert, Darren Larson could really shoot the ball. Wayne Brown was a fantastic coach. Ended up with the Breakers. As we see Christ running to get the ball through hands.
Yeah, a little bit of a Spain action there. Yeah, Bruno just coming through with the left.
I do like that. Knocks it out of bounds. Instantly points like, that's our ball, right? That's our.
Yeah, give it here. That was a very, very good set there. I think Taff probably over dribbled, had Boston popping up from setting the back screen early, but just kind of missed them. So he had to force up a very contested one, as we see Kingston in the paint.
Just a little mishandle there from Dilworth. Better action to get Kingston the ball inside, drawing some attention, kicking the ball out and moving it on, which is a great decision.
I just think the pressure that Christ College has built forces those mistakes, right? You're playing in a game that an unfamiliar opponent, and the pressure comes on, and you kind of get a little nervous sometimes when you're in those situations.
That is 100% correct. And then you add in what else is going on around you.
Yeah, for sure.
Time, score, situation, shot clock.
And just Christ College with their third opportunity for this possession. Great screen. Kind of had him in jail there for a second, did Kate, but then let him out and let him recover. So could have had an easier basket, as we see Kingston into DHO onto the wing. Back to KC, back to Kingston. Finds Hoiata for the Kuru Whiwhi Toru. A much needed three-pointer for Dilworth to cut the lead to 17. Is Boston missing, but Hawaiiani Ifo Portongia got the offensive rebound. As we see Taviti with the wide open layup. The first real fast break opportunity from Dilworth. Dilworth getting a bit of a confidence now.
And just a couple of shots that haven't gone down.
No, for sure.
For Christ, and it just gives them that ability to get out and run and create some stuff of their own, as we see. Another great attack on the rim. Unfortunately, Ioane couldn't get that to go, but will earn a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, it's just Christ College just forcing a few things these last 3 or 4 possessions. And then obviously Casey's got the favourable matchup with Pairata there, so he'll be able to take him to the hoop for draw the hada. And we have 2 Kuru Tautukus for KC. How important are free throws? Very important. Oh, yeah, well, you know about them as a coach.
Yeah, it's the only shot in the game where you're really unguarded. You get to take do your own thing, and there's so many games that are, you know, won and lost on the foul line. And it shows the amount of attempts. And I'm a big believer in this as a coach.
Yep.
That if my team can get more free throw attempts than your team, then we're doing a good job attacking, putting pressure on the referees to blow the whistle. But we're also doing a good job defensively not to put you on the line. So I think the free throw attempts are a big one. Great draw and kick.
Bang. Nice find there, Archie Naja.
But what a difference between that offensive possession from Christ, where there was a much better ball movement, ball cross sides of the floor, there was a paint attack, collapse defense and kick out, to a couple of possessions earlier where it was just one pass and quick shot.
Yeah, great wall up there from Flatman. Another good wall up there from Archie. Not only did he hit the Kuru Whiwhi Toru, but he did a good wall up there and got the defensive two-dopper. As we get a quick 1-2, Ihaka back to Ufapotongia. Kind of lost it going to the hoop. I think he tried to find Ihaka back into the corner. So Christ College, you know, just weathering the storm there from Dilworth. Dilworth did a great job at just kind of getting a rhythm going, and Christ College has kind of settled down. Ben made some subs, got some fresh legs out there. So it's good to see players making their own adjustments, not having to.
Both officials blew the whistle there, so you know something was definitely happening. But Flatman came and got a couple of fouls trying to guard down low in the first half. So he actually came out of the game, and so his energy and effort back into the game has really, you know, you can see his impact is really, really good.
Defensively, right, and that huddle was committed by KC. We don't have live stats today. I know Sharon Irwood, statistician from Christchurch, is up training a few newbies, so we might have some new stats going on for live stream games moving forward, Whānau, so I'll be able to give you fouls, shot percentage, things like that.
But it's interesting you say there's no stats, but when you look at the eye, you know, when you watch the eye test here, we got Flatman poking that one away and leading on the break. There's certain things that just as you watch the game, you're like, okay, so I get a feel like it could be this, or this. And a couple of things right now is the offensive boards.
Yep.
You know, I think Christ are doing a great job earning extra possessions, and just there, like they're turning the ball out. They're forcing Dilworth into some turnovers. So those things are going to create extra possessions for your team. And if we get to shoot an extra 10, 15 shots, that's going a long way to helping us win.
As you see Flatman here making the first kuru tautaku. He's putting together a nice game here, young Harry Flatman. Just doing a good job at playing defense, getting extra possessions. As we see JC Goodman finds himself open. Bit of a miscommunication there. I don't think Ben would like that too much.
Just a little switch off in transition there and losing a guy.
Great extra. Finds the shooter, Ihaka Kate, in the corner for Kuru Whiwhi Toru.
What I like about that, it was a great extra, but it was the speed at which he made the decision in the pass. Like he knew that was the thing to do, and he did it very, very quickly.
Yeah, didn't give the defense time to react to it, right? This athlete strong, Casey Ioane finishing at the rim. One of the very few non-contested layups, I believe, from Dilworth. So
they haven't had a lot. The Christ defense has forced them into some really tough shots.
Another great pass there from Ihaka Kate. Just a little bit too long. And Goodman's just found himself leaking out 2 times now. So JC Goodman. Oh, great playoff too from Ihaka Kate.
Yeah,
finished with the right hand.
Little English on that. Little Shane Warne spin.
Great double. That was a great double there. Nice pump fake.
We see that there. The poise and patience, that little stop, then step through. Great to see the footwork down low is still alive.
As we see Shanahan check in for the first time, I believe. Joshua Shanahan for Christ College.
And this is where we've seen some big wins today from a couple of different teams. And both on the boys' side, Flatman with a great deflection on that quick show.
Yeah.
And this is where if you can get your star guys a couple of minutes here or there, every minute now saves legs for the tail end of this tournament. And it's 6 days. It's a long tournament. I'm tired. I haven't run up and down anywhere. Called a couple of games and, hung out.
Oh, tough call there on Kingston. Got called for the treble.
Did he drag that foot? It'll be a tough angle to see.
You may the 1, 2, 3. Kailahi Aso is Kingston's last name. Just the speed that Christ College get the ball up the floor too has been impressive. You see Flatman again, offensive toot-upper. Just everywhere is Harry Flatman, just giving Christ College 2-3 opportunities. Ihaka Cape with a nice step back, Kuruwhiwhi Toru, just a quick jab.
Now, that's a tough shot. I'm not taking anything away from that shot, but he can't shoot the ball without the ball.
No.
And it was Flatman that earned that possession.
For sure.
Great little step back jab and step back to create that space to shoot.
Yeah, it's a good contest there from Ben Wilson as well. And, even though Christ College, Dilworth have played them even for those these last 2 quarters, they just really need to get stops, get a run, 6-0 run. But every time Dilworth have, answered, Coach Sire talking about the 1-2 step on the travels.
But this is where it becomes a very interesting thing. Right now, Coach's attention is drawn to the referees and not his group. And it becomes really tough. We've got referees, as you mentioned earlier, from Manawatu and Taranaki, and you've got a team from Auckland and Christchurch. So every group here, from all around the country, and Jackson and I we were talking about this earlier in one of our games, the fact that each group is just sort of the referees. So he came to a stop and then went 1-2.
Yeah.
That was a travel. That was a good call. And it was a really tough one because what's called in Christchurch and what's called in Auckland, those interpretations and the emphasis put on the rules by different associations in different regions can be slightly... Now, the rules are still the rules.
Yeah, for sure.
But they can be interpreted and emphasized in different ways. So now you've got 2 different regions playing against each other, with officials from a different 2 regions.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 regions represented in this one game.
Yeah. One, I believe, is from Manawatu, the other one from Taranaki.
Taranaki, yes.
Yeah.
And the teams are not from either of those places. So it becomes a really tough thing on what's going on. So while I got away with this all year and wherever I'm from, nice cross. Force the baseline, extra pass.
If you're Coach Ben Sheet, you don't actually mind that shot, like it's a shooter.
Not like you said, like that. You don't mind that because it's a great baseline rip to a kick out,
to an
who
extra.
attacked again, and forced another player to rotate to a wide open 3. Now, if you've never shot that 3 before, maybe Coach will be upset, as we see post double, kick back out. And I think Christ have done a very good job double teaming as soon as the ball. They're not waiting for the ball to get put on the ground. Big fella catches it down low. They send someone right away.
Yeah, I think KC can get that shot whenever he wants. Maybe just give it back to Kingston. And, just a score update. Tauranga up 17 on Nelson College, 60-43.
6 to play in the third.
Play in the third. So
it's something that guards, when you play with a big man that can dominate and do really well, As we see, a 3 blocked.
Yep.
But Dilworth get it back.
Yeah. No, like you said, the block.
Yeah.
Very rare that they get it back. But look at the rotation. Boston's in the take 2 position there, and he's able to get a contest.
But it's
great defense,
knocking
better
that one
offense.
down. Yeah. But the big man can kick out. They haven't really seen a repost, a mishandle there by Christ College.
Yeah, he's got the Dilworth crowd into it now. These few turnovers.
Now, I do like those hoodies.
Yeah, they're nice.
The Dilworth ones. There are some teams that have rocked into Nats with some great looking gear. I don't know how many people I'm supporting, but the merch is through the roof.
Looking pretty good. Me and Jackson were talking about the kicks too, and some of the kicks that the girls were wearing were pretty slick.
Now I don't need any. I'm not playing anymore. I don't need them, but they look good. So if any of the guys are still rolling with size 15s and 16s, I don't know how many there are doing that. I think Finn Langrell would be up there. As we see Coach Langrell sitting on the baseline, having a chat to Mason Lepeau.
Shout out to Horomaka, their first time in AA, qualifying for nationals. Obviously staple in the single A back when I was coaching Ellesmere College.
But their role has grown. It's not that they chose to come up. Their role has grown as we see. Yeah. Another little three, but another Boston offensive rebound.
Not just a shooter. Gets an offensive two-dopper, and that's a tough finish with the left. But, yeah, like I said earlier, Dilworth have had good runs, but Christ has had an answer for the runs. You know, that 5-0, 6-0, Christ comes back as we see some of the kicks here. Some New Balance there, Nikes. What are those ones? Those white ones?
Man, I'm so far out of the sugar. And one's still a thing, right? And one's still popular.
I know. You seen the doco on the M1 doco? It's on Netflix.
No.
I'm pretty. It's on Netflix.
I'll check it out. Yeah. I'll check it out. I was lucky enough to play in a couple of those tours. It was good fun. It was good fun.
Great to watch.
Yeah, it was about 600 years ago we did all that.
Yeah, man. Kids these days will have no idea about the black top.
No, can't guess it. Can't mess up those shoes. Better defensive pressure from Dilworth, being able to get that deflection. Gives them a chance to set their defense as well.
I think Cross College have done a great job at playing out of the corners too. When Ihak has caught it in the corner, he has had options and created options. As you see, Taft getting a wing on ball. Just super crafty, which a lot of these guards are these days. Being able to, maneuver the ball, play off 2 feet. So much skill involved and developed over the years. As we see Kalahi Aso take a break.
Now, you're guarding an out-of-bounds play with a guy who's already knocked down 3 threes.
Yep.
You can't lose sight of him like that, as we see the half-court heave just miss on that one.
No, and those are the coach killers, right? You do all the job to come back a little bit, get a good cut into the lead, and you just give away a corner 3. As Christ College go into the end of the third quarter, 73-53, and we're almost losing our microphone as Miles is just stepping out for 2 minutes. So you're stuck with me for this. Let's give a big shout out to all our sponsors here, whānau. When I find the piece of paper, that is. I think for Kato Māori, Māori Plus TV, obviously they're a big staple in broadcasting our junior national tournaments. Bailey's, Foot Locker, Apollo Projects, Who else do we have here? Funding partners, New Zealand Community Trust, Four Winds, Lions Foundation, Partner Sport New Zealand, Moulton, Bailey's, New Zealand Carbon Farming, Caltex, Apollo Project, Sport Manawatu, Glory League, GJ Gardner, Palmerston North City Council, InspireNet, and New Zealand Sport Collective. Obviously, our major partner is Foot Locker. So for any of your sporting needs, whānau, go Foot Locker, check it out. And then obviously our broadcast partner, Whakāto Māori. If you want more information on results, head to our website, www.nz.basketball. Social media for updates, results, tournament information and photos. Check out the Basketball New Zealand Facebook page, Instagram, follow on X at BasketballNZ. Tag us in your posts using hashtag SSNets. And obviously we live stream around 4 to 12 games per day, obviously throughout the whole broadcasting. I think we're broadcasting 4 courts, but 3 at a time. So, and our 2024 results, obviously our AA champions right here at Christ College, looking to defend their title. And so far on Rā Tuatahi, they are looking pretty good, Miles.
They are indeed. They've got off to a great start, winning their first game and with a comfortable lead in the start of the fourth here.
As we see Boston firing up another Kuriwhiwhi Toru, just a bit long on that one. As we get into Dilworth's action. They do like that empty side screen and roll, which I feel like they could explore it a little bit more with Kingston coming off as he rolls to the hoop.
Defense has done a fantastic job of shutting him down.
Yeah, look at that ball movement and just effort, right? Boston, Pairata there's hit 4 threes for Christ College, but he's in there trying to get the offensive two-dopper as well as Bruno Thompson, and just, you know, all-out effort from these boys from Ōtautahi. Shout out to their principal, Joe Eccleton, who was previously the principal at our school at Te Ringo Kahukura. So it was sad to see him go, but yeah, I think he's in a pretty good spot there at Christ College.
Doing a fantastic job. Particularly on the side of basketball by the looks of things.
Yeah, as we see Tawhiri Kate there with a nice finish, spin into the middle. I have been impressed with Taft, the control that he has of this team and the offense. He hasn't tried to do too much. He's just kind of let, you know, other guys do their thing, and then when he's had to, he's kind of taken it to the hoop.
And there were questions asked and people talking about, are Christ going to be able to have that control as we see Dilworth get to the paint, draw the foul. But after losing such a great guard in Tama Isaac last year, they're still a very talented group, but it's going to, like, Tama just had a control of the offense and the tempo of the game. And there are a lot of guards coming through that really didn't have or don't yet have that ability to control the tempo like he does and will continue to do as he embarks on a
UC Irvine.
On a college journey.
If you're watching, shout out Tama Isaac. Older brother Kai Isaac, obviously a Breakers development player.
Kai has gone to...
Oh, no, he's gone to college.
Yeah, he's gone to college as well.
No, he has. Portland, I think. Same with Walt Brown. Walt Brown's off to UNLV.
Yes.
Or he is there now currently, so...
And I feel like some of that NIL money on offer is doing the boys some world of wonders. I wonder if I can get some back pay on that.
Yeah. Shout out to all the guys. And there's just second, third efforts there from Christ College to, you know, obviously get a good look for Boston. There, couldn't knock it down.
Well, that offensive rebound kick out is a great time to actually shoot a three, because defenses aren't set and everyone's struggling, as we see. And now Dilworth, when they're putting pressure on the paint,
been very good
through dribble or cuts or passes. They're doing a much better job as the game's progressed Now, it's just unfortunate that first quarter, really, they dug a little bit of a hole that they haven't been able to get at.
Yeah, like you look at the contents of the game, it's been pretty even other than that first 6 minutes of the game where Christ just kind of took it to Dilworth, and Dilworth has pretty much matched them point for point since. They haven't able to get the necessary stops that they need to like actually make a game of it. Like, I'm not saying they're out of it now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. And it's a really tough situation when they do get stops, but they haven't scored, as we see a missed free throw right there. But anytime you get a stop, you really want to be able to take advantage of that and score. And Dilworth's had a couple of great stops. We see Christ being able to put the ball on the floor, get feet in paint, extra pass, create another corner three.
Yeah,
but there's a stop.
Yeah.
And so now they've got to be able to eat into this lead. They've got to be able to get that stop and score at the other end and repeat that action 2-3 times in a row.
Yeah, they just need to put some pressure on Christ College, right? Make them a little bit nervous, get Ben to call a timeout and just get them a bit frazzled. But they haven't. They've done it a few times, but I think, as we see, a tough step back from KC.
Yep, long two, but there's a stop and a score. Now they need to repeat that action, and that's the only way they're going to have to, you know, they've got 6.5 minutes here to grind out that and cut into that lead.
And there's another stop. That's that second stop that you're asking for, Miles, and KC has a chance to kind of eat into this lead. As we see that, I'd like to see them get a little bit more out of that wing on ball, as we see a nice finish there from Kingston.
And it's when the big fella gets a seal that deep, you've got to reward his efforts.
For sure.
And what's going on, because that is a very tough, you know, it's a great finish, but it's a lot of work to get that position and hold that position. So great to see that work rewarded.
Ihaka, Kate misses the floater. Dilworth really need a score here. Score here, put a little bit of pressure on Christ College. Tough finish from KC. Now we have a bit of a response here to see what happens with Christ College.
And as we said, it was the stops and scores that have been able to cut this lead to 15.
Just one more stop here. He has hit timely threes, which actually forced Josiah into a timeout.
And they were doing such a good job. Maybe four stops in a row, scored on 2 or 3 of those and cut that lead from 21-22 back down to 15. And then some penetration, kick out, extra pass, which is just the unselfish play that I've been very impressed with here with Christ College. Able to knock down another 3. Boston hitting that and taking the lead from 15 to 18. Yeah, and very quickly, Dilworth calling a timeout.
Believe that was number 4 or 5? No, it must have been 5 from Boston.
He's shooting the ball much, but he's made more threes tonight than I ever did. So we'll keep going, young man.
Don't forget, Whānau, stick around, as me and Miles will be on the next call. Obviously, it's St. Pat's Silverstream, led by the one and only Terry Stallworth.
Yes, Terry has been coaching there for a little while.
Yeah. Taking on Te Ringo Kahukura, Cashmere High School. Obviously,
you got some ties to...
Yeah, a little bit of ties to Cashmere.
Ties to Cashmere.
Yeah.
Silverstream didn't make Nationals last year, so it's great to see them back in this competition. Always a mainstay in the Wellington basketball scene.
Yep. It's some pretty good basketball that's come out of Silverstream. Would say
I've got
Nico McCullough.
No.
He didn't come out of Silverstream?
No, he did, but he's not my favourite guy.
No, I know who your favourite guy is.
Who you got?
No, he's my cousin too. Don't you, Marty? Dougal Meter?
Yeah, my guy.
He's my cousin.
Yep.
Shout out, Marnie.
Came up from Silverstream to Boys High for a year, was lucky enough to coach him there and at the Saints. And like, he is just such a wonderful human young man that makes the environment better, works his butt off, and it's great to see him have every success.
Great finish there from Kingston. So Marnie's grandfather is my dad's first cousin.
There we go.
Yeah. So I knew who you were talking about.
Oh yeah, you're right. There have been some fantastic basketball players come out of Silverstream. Unfortunately, I play favourites, and Marnie's up there for me.
He'd be my favourite stream player. I think Nico McCulloch's come out of there. Kenneth?
KT?
Yeah. Tuffin? Pretty sure
he's over in the Philippines at the moment, doing very, very well.
So, Silverstream have produced some good players over the years.
Boston's feeling it because he just banked that and then looked at the defender, looked at Goodman like it was a thing that he meant to do.
I think he's up to 7 threes now, so, I would say he's got about 25.
Yeah, he's playing very, very well. And the recipient of some great ball movement and extra passes.
But you know what? You don't just shoot like that out of nowhere. You obviously can tell he's been putting in the work in terms of he knows his role as a defender, attack the O boards. This is a bit of a score update. Nelson have come back 63-59 with 1:20 to go, Whānau, in the third. Over on court 4, I believe. 3, sorry, Aroha, court 3.
And it's a great thing. No matter what the lead in modern basketball, the volume of threes that can be shot and made in a short space of time.
Oh, out the gate.
That is changing a number of things. As we get to a 24-point lead right now here in this one.
Yeah. Great move there from Ben Wilson. Just kind of used the off arm just to get Ifo Portongia off him and finish with the right hand as we see Tawhiri Kate bring the ball. I like the way that the ball moves across colours. It doesn't stick. Certain guys it sticks because, they're the ones that are the creators. But with the other guys, it's just like quick pass.
But even when it, you're saying it sticks, it doesn't stick in their hand as in they just catch it and do nothing.
No.
There are guys who catch the ball and they put the ball on the floor.
Yeah.
So while the ball's not being passed, the decision that they make is a very good one.
Yeah.
As they try and create, like here, we've got a great set, nice and simple, get to a drag screen.
If he made that one, we probably should have just left the gym then.
Shouted out for his birthday. He's shooting the ball very well, and like you mentioned, that's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Unseen hours.
Yep.
Repetition after repetition.
And like you talked about earlier, the amount of extra work these kids put in is outrageous these days. The amount of early mornings, like you said, 6 a.m. workouts, after school workouts, training workouts, weekends, they put in a lot of work to be this good and to compete for this championship. I believe this is one of the hardest championships to win.
Oh, there's no doubt.
In this country.
There's no doubt. And mainly because of the change in personnel each year can be so vast for different groups. And, in age groups, there's a lot of guys and girls that play 14s with a group, and they get together and they do well, and they're 16s with a group, 18s with a group. You've got top age, bottom age in each year. So that group, and you're sort of playing against the same people all the time in every, we're top age. Well, this is the group that's here and opposing teams. You look at some of the teams, it's like, we had 4-year 13s that we lost. We had 7-year 13s that we lost, so that group is always constantly changing for these high school coaches. And with some of the kids, as we see, a nice little baseline rip there, some of the kids are moving schools.
Yeah.
And their families can move, or they just move for an opportunity.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that Christ have got some guys that aren't necessarily from Christchurch.
No.
But they've taken an opportunity to be in part of a great program, a winning program, and play under some very good coaching staff.
Yeah, and that's the staple of high school basketball a little bit these days, right? And you kind of want to create opportunities for your kids, so they're going to places where you feel they're going to get better, and the coaching is a big aspect of it. And it can be a knock, but then obviously you're just looking out for your own son, daughter, and what you think is the best interest for them, and you can't knock people for doing those things.
No, not at all. Not at all. And for a lot of the kids that are coming through now, we spoke earlier about some of the guys that have taken opportunities overseas. And this is happening on both the boys' side and the girls' side.
Yeah, for sure. You look at the likes of the Te Ratana boys, right, in prep school, Jackson Kiss, that could be playing in this tournament, but they've other opportunities to go overseas. So,
I mean, Palace Hokianga is now taking an opportunity. So she's playing basketball here, but also signed with the Tokomano Queens for the upcoming Toihi season.
Yeah.
What a great opportunity for her.
For sure.
To be able to play and contribute. Now, she's done some stuff with the Fire the last couple of years, but she's taken on a bigger role, you know, the opportunity for a bigger role with a team that's been in the finals the last 3 years.
Yeah. Looking forward to Toihi. Kicks off this Friday. I believe mainland Pokai taking on the Southern Hoiho.
That's a little bit of a grudge match every single time. The Southerners going at it.
Part of plenty of those rivalries. I've been on the end of big comebacks, losing comebacks, you know, then it is always a fun game, no matter where it is, Dunedin, down in Ōtepoti or in Ōtautahi. So, looking forward to that kicking off. As we see here, the closing seconds, as I think both teams have cleared their benches. So Christ College will walk out on day 2, 2-0. Dilworth, I'm a little bit of a, disappointing start to the day. They'll go into day 2, 0-2. So, whānau, Christ College, your winners, 93-76. We'll take a break and we'll be back for, in the next 10-15 minutes, whānau, for Te Ringo Kahukura, Cashmere High School, taking on St. Pat's Silverstream. And thanks for joining us, Mā te wā, Josh and Miles.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Girls are twice as likely to drop out of sport. That's why 2 Degrees is committed to fighting for fair for women and girls in sport at every level. Get your Support Her merch and keep her in the game.
Funding is a real challenge. We know that a lot of schools face that ongoing, and the reality is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through really tough times. It's a real privilege, but for us, we want to see others get involved in this. This is not a selfish thing for Apollo. This is about how can we get, whether it's construction or other businesses, to get involved in this.
There's a lot of things that kids miss out on, and so to have businesses step up and want to be involved and to help is a game changer for schools. It really is.
Hey. Sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's learning when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
It's time for action. We are working to reduce the impacts of climate change, side by side, with nature, with each other, through research, investment, and practical innovation. Because nature is not a resource, it's a collaborator. Nativa, leading with nature.
My dad, he wanted somewhere so for all the whānau that were out streets, had somewhere to come home to, and they could call it their own. And so hence the journey of Takahanga Marae began.
Nō reira, nau mai hoki mai whānau ki te papa oia, te whare o Fly Palmy Arena mō tēnei whakataitai, te whakataitai poi tūkohu mō ngā kura tuarua o te motu nei. I'm Josh Thompson, and welcome back for the last game of the day, the 7:30 round whānau, between Te Eringa o Kahukura, Cashmere High School versus St. Pat's Silverstream out of Zone 3. So Zone 3, Zone 4 matchup. Interesting matchup. I'll be joined by Miles Pearce, who's just on a little bit of a break, hiatus for a few moments. So we're looking at Te Eringa o Kahukura warming up, and their lineup, I think, will be coming up soon. As we see last-minute instructions from Terry Stallworth, and here's our St. Pat's Silverstream: Arana Robertson, Millen Ekanasio, Leroy Grimmer, Tyler Ford, Elijah Sheehan, Kobe Berg McLean, Lachlan Kennedy, Michael Horry, TK Trim, Samuel Flux, Albany Betteridge, and Lucas Sargent, obviously, like I said, coached by Terry Stallworth, assisted by Sotia Misa, and out of Zone 3 whānau in the nice looking powder blue uniforms, or light blue uniforms as they're called. And our kura out of Ōtautahi, Zone 4, Te Eringa o Kahukura, Cashmere High School. Cruz Maho Raki, Ethan Weston, Josh Bretmeyer, Cooper Redcliffe, Fergus Kane, Axel Heyman, Zach Jeffrey, Cam Mitchell, Lachlan Timlin, Riley Walken, Levi Weston, and Nikolai Bowling, coached by Joe Hope Powell, assisted by Scott Walken, and they are out of Zone 4 as we see Coach Joe Hope Powell giving his last-minute instructions to his troops. We're just checking the results, whānau, so I can give to you what happened in the previous games for these two. Game number 2 for both kura today. So we're looking at our results. So it's been an entertaining day 1 here in Te Papaoia. Our game previous, obviously, Cross College taking care of business against Dilworth to drop Dilworth to 0-2 and Cross to 2-0. And just Joe giving his last-minute instructions. As we see our whānau in red, Ricky Alaje, Ngātai Rimene, and Tamilia Blackburn are our officials. Here we go. Cashmere, Te Eringa o Kahukura took on Napier Boys, lost 91-58 in their first matchup. St. Pat's Silverstream had a win against Hamilton Boys, 83-73. So, bit of a contrast of two teams. Obviously, Napier Boys, one of the heavy favourites here in Palmerston North, in Te Papaoia, Miles. And yeah, St. Pat's Silverstream taking out Hamilton Boys, who are the Zone 2 runners-up, I believe. Lost to the Mount.
There's some talent coming through in a number of these different zones, and this is going to be a great battle. I've watched a little bit just because of the Zone 3 thing here and being close to Wellington. Silverstream get after it. They press. Yep. They keep the game up tempo. Terry Stallworth's got them playing very, very well. They had a win earlier today, I believe.
Yeah, as we see Arana Roberts with a kuruwhiwhi toru miss.
Roberts does a great job
getting downhill.
Just being able to put the ball on the floor, cuts well, finishes well. I really like the way he plays. From what I've seen this year, I've been very impressed.
Impressive at under 18s as well for Hutt Valley, who lost to Canterbury in the final. So big, strong body, downhill, like you said, as we get into our middle on ball for number 5 with the kick out to Ignacio. Believe that's Damien Ignacio's son.
Yeah, it's a familiar name for those who have followed some Sal's NBL for a minute. Long-time Wellington Saint, championships galore with those guys.
As we see Cooper Redcliffe to the hoop, drawing the Hudder. Athletic volleyball is young Cooper. Actually teaches little brother Austin. Shout out Austin Redcliffe if you're listening. Matua. Obviously I teach at Te Ringa o Kahukura, Kashmir, so.
Just that little tie-in right there.
Had to throw it in there.
Yeah.
At least once.
Oh, why not? Why not indeed?
Oh, a score update on the previous pool. So Pool C, Nelson up 83-78.
But it's the 4th.
Yeah, it's 1 minute left in the 4th, Whānau.
It's great to see those kids that you work with get out here and do their thing. And there's so many people that are involved with the athletes.
Yep.
It's great to see as we see Stream fire and miss on a three-pointer there.
Great rebound there from Brett Meyer out to Weston. I'm going to say that Brett Meyer did not have that hair colour on the last day of school.
There may be some rules around that. But it's great to see that you've got the school coaches, rep coaches, some workout guys, whānau, siblings, everything that goes into all of these kids being able to get to here, get to this tournament, be able to represent their school. And, you know, we called the game beforehand and we spoke about this being a different kind of environment and different beasts to some of the rep tournaments just because of what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. As we see Ignacio behind the back.
Little horns action.
Yeah, a bit of a staple of a Terry Stallworth offense.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. As we see the replay there, Ignacio getting to the rim, getting fouled and earning a trip to the charity stripe.
Damien, you're watching. I'd say that free throw looks a lot better than what Damien had back in his day. Sorry, Damien.
Now, I'm not going to lie. He was Damien Milan's father, just super competitor.
Yep.
Unbelievable work rate, and just made his team so much better. And the Saints squads, as we see, Silverstream in a 2-3 zone here, trying to get Kashmir out of what's going on, out of some flow, but offensive rebound and putback.
Yeah, Redcliffe using that athleticism there to get the offensive two-upper and the finish.
But it's great to see some of those Saints guys right now working with different teams. Polyblank and Liafa.
Yep.
Working with St. Pat's Town.
As we see McLean there, just had his foot on the sideline. So Weston.
One of the greatest defenders at every tournament in every basketball game, the sideline, right?
Yes.
We see that way too often.
There's Brett Meyer for the Kurawhiwhi Toru, bit short. Way to follow his own miss though. And don't you teach kids always follow your shot? Perfect example there.
See, I don't.
I
don't.
2-3. You were dunking it, that's why. Why do you need to follow your shot?
Yeah, if it depends on where you shoot it from.
Yep.
But if you're that good a shooter, why do you follow the shot if you think it's going in? You've got to believe it's going in. Now, if you shoot one and you feel bad out of the hand, that's a different thing.
I think that one he felt bad.
Like you
so
might
he
feel
knew.
bad.
Yeah.
But it's great, like, because that's what we grew up with, right? You know, like follow your shot, follow your shot, follow your shot. But now it's like, hey, well, I'm a good shooter. Why would I follow a shot? If it feels good, I'm not going to follow it because that can put me out of position for D-trans or whatever. And Like, I'm that good at not me personally, I'm just saying, like the guys shooting the ball. Like, if you're that good a shooter and it feels good, like, hold that follow through.
We're talking about like a Boston Pirate in the last game, right? He's not following his shot because it's coming out of his hand. He's pretty confident. Yeah.
My jump hook, I'm right there. I don't need to follow it because I'm only 2 feet away from the rim anyway.
Your follow is a putback dunk.
That's it. I'm following someone else's shot.
As you see, a quick timeout here from Coach Stallworth. I think he just didn't like what he saw from offensive rebounding perspective. You know, there's no real box out. 4 of Kashmir's points have come off offensive rebounds. So,
but I love how quick. Like, this is clearly a thing that we have talked about, and as a team, and it's like, right, no, I'm burning an early timeout. And I do remember watching a Perth Wildcats game, and John Riley, it would have been the second possession of the game, and something happened. He called the timeout, and it was clearly something that they'd emphasized coming into the game, but 18 seconds into the game, you know, whatever it was, just like, nope, not dealing with that.
Yeah, you're making a statement, right, as a coach. Like, we need to fix this. This is what the scout was. Yeah, as we see a little bit of a shuffle of the feet there from...
Yeah. There's not too many guys worldwide will get away with a jab step with one and then lead with the other.
Jab step, the jab two-step.
The jab two-step is true. As we watching this game, but also keeping eye on a game out on court 1.
Yeah,
Nelson
tied.
College, Tauranga boys.
What's the update?
Tied with 4 seconds to go. And I believe Nelson College is in blue. They're on the free throw line right now, as we see a better take there.
Yeah, great finish there from Robertson. As we see Cruz, just super casual sometimes Cruz can be when he plays basketball, but super athletic, knows how to score. As they leave Brett Meyer open. But he did same thing that Arana did with the two-step. As Tauranga miss on the buzzer to lose. Nelson, big win.
Yeah, big win. 86-85 over on court 1 to close out the previous round. Running a little bit late on court 1.
As we see a great wall up there from Heyman and Weston probing. Finds Cruz down to Redcliffe. Back to Weston. Cruz with the jab step. Slow two-step into a floater. No good. Ignacio with the rebound. And Robertson looking to push the pace. And another travel, this time by young Tyler Ford.
The guys just look like they're playing at a tempo which is a little bit, they're not going fast, they're rushing.
No.
And it's that rushed footwork that has seen the officials blow their whistle and rein that in.
Brett Meyer with the pump fake. Great step through. Tough finish. Josh Brett Meyer is very crafty. Obviously, I had a fair amount to do with him because I coached the 3x3 team, and he was pretty much the captain of that 3x3 team. So, smart kid.
What year is he?
He's year 12.
Year 12, so still young, still got some time.
Yeah. I think on the court, as we see another blondie, is it Lachlan Timlin?
Is this, so the Rosmini guys come in with their haircut, is this a little bit of initiation for some of these Kashmir guys?
I'm not actually sure. This is the first time I've seen it, so it might have been a them thing more than a initiation. Because the last time we saw, Kashmir at Make Nationals was about 2-3 years ago. So this is their first time back.
Were any of these guys in that group, or is it just possibly we found a bottle of peroxide and thought it was cool?
I think these are the guys that were none of in that group.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a whole new group, I believe. I think Weston was in that group. It was like Harry Weston, was in college, as we see Cooper just chuck it up and get his own rebound.
Yep. Shoot 50% like that.
Yeah.
But it's a great thing. I love some of the teams' little initiations for the kids who haven't been here. I know Rosmini the guys' first year here, they all get buzz cuts.
Yep.
And so they all come. You can tell when Rosmini walk in who's new on the team, who's got the shortest haircut.
I saw a young Cooper Lepo.
Cooper Lepo, and it's funny because Cooper's been to 3 or 4 nationals.
Yeah, he's been there more times.
I think he's been here 3 times. This is his 4th one.
Yep.
He's just at a new school, and I spoke to Cooper about this, and Cooper's just said, no, they said this is the first time with Rosmini, so you got to cut your hair.
Yeah.
As we see a great trap forcing a turnover.
Just kind of letting them play the physical battle. We're calling the travels there. We see Ignacio. Yeah, a little bit of a shoulder grab there from
Just to turn
Cooper.
that over. I do like the Westlake girls thing.
What's their? Oh no,
So,
what is their thing? You'll know more than that.
Swim cap and goggles. So they got to. So all the youngsters, or all the new to people in the new to the team, turn up to every game in a swim cap and goggles.
That's a great one. I saw Tauranga girls had the wigs, the curly wigs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Opanaki, I saw a couple of people rolling in a cape.
Oh yeah.
Cape and mask. A little bit of superhero stuff.
I know Shirley boys have one where they have to wear a Spartan gear.
Well, they are the Spartans, right?
Yeah.
That's their identity. We'll stay with those. As Robinson tries to get Silverstream back on track. Down 6 early in the game.
He's got to be ready to catch the ball as we see Ignacio there. Uses strength on young Nikolai.
But as we spoke about in that previous game, when different styles collide and different officiating crews collide, it you know what they're used to being called in their hometown isn't always the same thing here, as we see Kashmir get into a little bit of their zone offense.
Yeah, a bit of a cross action there as Lachlan Timlin with the Kuruwhiwhi Toru, year 13.
There's something about the Christchurch schools. They've always got a kid or two that can just shoot the heck out of the ball, and Kashmir is no exception right now.
I'm going to just say that I have not seen them shoot the ball well every game that I've been at.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. I'm sure they will be rolling through this game.
Yeah, so Silverstream have changed their defense to a 3-2 now. So trying to take away those wing Kuruwhiwhi Toru. Brett Meyer got a little bit caught there got a little bit too deep. Trying to play off 2, which is the right thing, but a little bit off balance as we see Ignacio against Heyman. Great rebound there from young Ethan Weston. As we see Brett Meyer now looking for Heyman in the post. Lachlan just hit one. I think that was tipped. As we see Axel with the offensive two-dupper and the strong finish. Year 12, Axel Heyman. So another year. Big body.
Good group of young guys.
Yeah,
coming through for Kashmir.
I think the 2 leaving on the floor right now, obviously Ethan Weston and Lachlan Timlin. Nikolai, number 11, year 11.
Wow.
Yeah, so number 11 for Te Ringo Kahukit, just year 11. Like you said, good to see the young ones actually get a taste of this type of environment. Like we spoke in the previous game, you know, there's just nothing like this tournament.
No, there really isn't, and I love seeing as the days progress and we get to the end of pool play, teams fighting for every single point, you know, tough pools with tied games, as we say. Great take, Robertson.
Tough finish, going to his left. Like we talked about, lefties are so hard to guard, and Arana Robertson is no exception. Very physical, great body control. Like the way he played at under 18, so seen him ball out in Ōtautahi early in the year as he converts the N1. Is Te Ringo Kahukura 17, St. Pat Silverstream 11. Western finds Brett Meyer. Great ball movement. Oh, and just uses his strength. Just too physical. Axel Heyman. Don't you just love the ball movement, and then found the post guy and just finishes.
It's really great to see just the ball movement of the last couple of, this game and the previous games. We see Robinson kind of lost the ball on the way up, but the basket's good.
Yeah, managed to get some good English here as he just leaning over to his left and just kind of put it up there. Nice.
But some of the ball movement Christ College put on a display. Moved the ball very well, created great shots at the rim, great kickouts. Just high quality basketball, entertaining.
Yeah, I don't know. That's his second 3-point play in 2 straight positions for Silverstream. So if you don't know, whānau, there are 2 St. Pat's schools in Wellington. St. Pat's Town, coached by Brendan Pollyblank, and St. Pat's Silverstream, obviously coached by Terry Stallworth.
And Silverstream is out towards the hut.
Towards the hut,
yep.
Yeah. And St. Pat's Town is
Kilburnie. So it's great to differentiate, because it's sort of like going to the Super 8 tournament here on the North Island, and everyone's like, oh, Boys High is really good, but it's Palmy Boys, Hastings Boys High School, so they're all boys high schools pretty much. So it's always interesting just to clarify those things as we see the officials.
Clock issues.
Yep. The team Kashmir in a huddle. Boys on court just figuring a few things out. And I kind of like this, not running necessarily to a sideline.
Yeah, to a coach.
Almost like the Sal's NBL player timeouts.
Yeah.
And the leadership that is created in those moments is so valuable to every single team. And so who's taking the reins, who's leading the leading voice in that. It's wonderful to see both those, the on-court in-play situations, and just those ones as well.
As we see young Riley Wilkin check into the game, as Lachlan Timlin draws a header on, I believe, number 14.
Well, it was actually very good defense for almost that whole possession.
Yeah.
The ball hadn't broken the three-point line, that zone really keeping the ball on the perimeter. And then one little breakdown, Kashmir able to drive the ball and earn their way to the free throw line through the bonus.
As we see Lachlan miss the first kuru tau tuku. So just a reminder, whānau, this is last round of Rā Tuatahi, and we'll be right back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Obviously, all games start at 9 a.m. Last game at 7. As we see a nice move there from Hori, who took it coast to coast and finishes as Silverstream cut Kashmir's lead to 4. Brett Meyer, kick out, finding Riley Wilkin, and a bit short there. As Adana Robertson now downhill, unable to finish with the right hand, his non-preferred right hand, as we see a great left to right Euro from our big man Axel Heyman, finishes with his non-preferred right hand. Were you doing those moves back in your day?
Not even close. Particularly at this age, man, I just figured it out that basketball was cool at 16.
As we see,
never played. I was like, yep. I could barely walk and chew gum at the same time.
As we see Lachlan Timlin for the Kuruwhiwhi Toru in the corner. Nikolai with the rebound. I don't know, just grown man rips it, but Nikolai stays with it, gets the ball back. As we see Axel Heyman just been relentless at attacking the rim. He's kind of figured out that I'm just probably a little bit stronger, so I'm just going to keep going into the hoop.
And it's great to see when players can figure, okay, I'm faster, I'm stronger, whatever it might be. This is the advantage that I have, and this is how I'm definitely going to use that.
Yeah.
So it's great to see Heyman get that and put in work. No relation to Benny Heyman that played and won a championship with the Otago boys all those years ago?
No, I don't think so.
There you go.
Yeah. Actually, Charles, shout out to Charles from Otago, did mention that I failed to mention the Otago Westlake final here in 2015.
Was it? Benoit Heyman was on that in that final with there was that big kid that played for Otago. They got the MVP.
Some guy named Timmins.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Joe Cook Green.
Joe Cook Green.
Josh Peterman.
Yep. Brent Matahaide and Gavin Briggs coaching that group.
Yeah.
Winning the championship. Timmins having a great year for Southland in the South NBL and being over in Japan as we see an unfortunate situation there. Like there's no ill will or intent in that. Just a
feet caught up there from Sargent.
Up.
Yeah, Brett Meyer just was on his way as streamer in the bonus. So every time they foul now, Kashmir to the line, Te Ringo Kahukura.
Now, Damon Lowry, if you remember, he's doing some commentary in the Australian League, played for the Illawarra Hawks.
Yep.
Super quick point guard. He was great at doing, like almost creating that situation where he'd go really fast on a break and then cut in front of someone who's running back in trans D and just stop. And so they'd run him over and get that call.
I don't know, Robertson kind of had to throw it up there as we finish off the first quarter. Te Ringo Kahukura up 24, St. Pat Silverstream 16. Kashmir with a good start. I think they're dominating the rebounds, which is understandable with Axel and Nikolai just kind of attacking the boards there. Silverstream have had some shining moments in this first quarter. Thoughts?
It's been a much better balance in terms of what they're doing. I love the change-ups that both groups are making, changing up from different zones, the pick-up points defensively. Right now, I think you're right. Kashmir are doing a great job controlling the glass, earned some second possessions, and Dilworth, I'm a game behind. St. Pat Silverstream right now, they've had some really good looks. They've also had a couple of turnovers. So just who's going to take control of the ball? And from the looks of things, that's probably going to be Robertson.
Yeah.
Who's going to take control of the game and control the tempo and what his team wants to get into.
Just checking our spaces for tomorrow, whānau. So first game on the live stream will be Court 4, Waimate High versus Stratford, A girls pool A. I'll be on that one. And then 10:45, Pukekohe High School versus Hamilton Boys, which will be Jackson and Greg, and obviously Te Kura, Kaupapa Māori o Kokiri versus Whitbrook Collegiate, which is A girls pool B, and there'll be myself again and Toby Fleming. Don't think I've met Toby.
There's a lot of Tobys. Toby Lane Grell.
Yeah.
Balling out for Hillmorton.
Yeah, we had Coach Dave Langrow up here in the booth having a chat. So good to see people giving back. Obviously, when your kids are in basketball, you're very enthused and you're in with it. But Dave's been doing it for a long time.
Yes. You mentioned you saw a lovely photo pop up on social media of Dave as a young junior Tall Black.
Yeah. He was
Stacey Lambert, Callum Brock.
Yep.
Some of the guys that Mark Dickel were in that group with him.
Maybe we can just search Facebook and find that photo for you, whānau.
It is. I do love the fact that these tournaments bring out some stories that are a lot of fun to hear all about.
Here it is here. Look at that.
Stan Hill coaching.
Imagine Stan Hill as your coach. You getting scared? I'm getting scared.
I'm scared. I had the privilege of playing with Ben Hill, as we see Silverstream.
Great block there.
Yeah,
from Timlin.
Silverstream get away in transition, but the defensive heads-up play leads Kashmir back, and there's that offensive rebounding
Axel
you were
Heyman.
talking about.
Yeah, Axel Heyman has just been a beast in this quarter, or going into the second quarter. He's just been on the boards. Just no one boxing him out either. Here we go. Men's under-20 basketball championships, New Zealand, 1995. Mark Dickel, Stacey Lambert, Dave Langrell, Callum Brooke. You would probably know these guys more than me. This is when I was a child.
I was a child. 95. There's some people. There's some faces. There's Spark. I recognize a few of the guys. Stan's a scary one. But it's great. Played with Ben Hill, and we had a weekend off. We were in Hawke's Bay with Dave Langrell, actually.
Oh, nice. Yes.
And Ben said, hey, do you want to go up and see Dad? Because Stan runs an establishment in Coromandel. So I took that opportunity to go up to Coromandel and hang out and go fishing with Stan. It was a great little takeaway there from Kashmir.
Yeah, no, Silverstream had the rebound there, but then just taken away from Lachlan. And just a bit overzealous there, going off one. Probably could have finished off two.
And getting off 1 foot is generally quicker.
Yeah.
And it's a time and situation, as we see Ekanasio.
Tough finish.
Yeah, get on the rim and finish. Very good finish. But 1 foot is good and 2 foot is good. But it's never going to be the same all the time, as we see a big finish from Heyman down low.
Yeah.
And everything's situational. And for some of these kids coming through, the decision on what to do and when to do it is a really big part of their skill set.
Yeah, for sure. If you're Kashmir, you're going straight back to Axel Heyman on your next possession, right? Because he is literally just having his way with Silverstream at the moment, as we see Ekanasio hit a big kuruwhiwhi toru. Much needed one. Cut the lead to 7. As we see Kashmir move the ball around. They are looking for Axel, but they have a bit of a road run in Lachlan Timlin, sorry. Skip pass to Brett Meyer. Yeah, a little bit of a travel shuffle defeat there before he put the ball on the floor.
Just a little bit of a fumble, didn't quite get him set. But you can see that zone offense from Kashmir. Working the ball side to side, trying to distort the zone and create some inside-out opportunities. Here we go, Berg McLean running the point. His older brother.
Yep.
Spent some time with the Saints and now plying his trade.
Nice.
In the US.
As you see Ekanasio hitting another kuruwhiwhi toru.
And just like that, leads down to 4. Just double digits just a moment ago.
3-pointer, right? The great equalizer. And Stream have sorted out their rebounding situation and have got a few defensive rebounds, which has led to runouts, as we see another kuruwhiwhi toru from Sheehan, which causes Coach Hope Powell to call a timeout just to talk it over.
And I like having Kobe Berg McLean back in the game.
Yep.
His brother Carter was very similar in terms of the way he ran the team, and you could see he was very calm and poised there. So, Carter, if you're watching your little brother, shout out to you. Part of our junior under-17 group.
Yeah. If you're Coach Joe, you're kind of not in the panic mode, because I think they have done a good job at getting decent looks.
Yeah.
They just haven't fallen, and then if you're Coach Stallworth, you're pretty happy about them shoring up their rebound situation, right?
And basketball is that game of runs, and we've had Kashmir do a really good job and had their run and they got up to a double-digit lead.
Yep.
But now it's Silverstream on a run. They're stringing some baskets together, playing with confidence. And this timeout can just be the ability to break that rhythm of the opposition. And I'm sure both teams will come out of this with a little bit of a, hey, what do we do now? What's the next chess piece? Where do we go?
Yeah. As we see, Stream are on an 11-4 run to start this quarter. I think Kashmir started off really well, but Stream have kind of strung stops together, like we talked about Cross College stringing stops.
Yep.
I mean, Dilworth, sorry, in the last game, Stream have managed to get those stops.
And it's at that little 1-2-2 into a 3-2 zone that is really sort of throwing Kashmir off the last few possessions. They've tidied up some of the rotations. Ooh. And it's a tough one. Shot clock was running down.
Yeah.
And the little drop-off pass was a good one, as we've got almost a back-to-back timeout.
Yeah, that's not normal, but I think Coach Dilworth wasn't too happy with the penetration from Brett Meyer, but kind of got away with it in terms of a shot clock violation. I don't think I've seen that before. There's one position timeout, and then
one. Yeah. I have seen the back-to-back.
Yeah, the back-to-back I've seen, but I haven't seen the
one possession.
in the timeout. After
timeout, one possession. After you got to stop.
After you got to stop. So that's interesting.
But it's whatever. That's the big thing. You know, if a coach isn't happy or has seen something, he's there to try and get his troops back on track. But it was a much better. The dribble penetration of the late clock has hurt Silverstream a couple of times against the zone. They were doing a really good job there. There's probably the shot needed to be taken rather than a little drop-off pass.
Dump pass, yeah. I thought he had the shot too. He did enough to create and get in the paint. He just didn't need the drop-off. But I think if Cooper catches the drop-off, it's another story because he fumbled it and, you know, seconds came off the clock. As we see pressure from Western. Ooh, offensive foul. 12. Kennedy. If we could see that one again. I kind of missed it because it was off the ball. We may get it. We may not, Whānau. But no. Young Ethan Weston. A bit of a wild pass there by Lachlan Timlin. Catch, shoot. Ethan Weston for the Kuruwhiwhi Toru.
And just like with one shot, creates a little bit of a two-possession ball game. Ekanazio run off the line.
Strong move. That looked like a little bit of another Ekanazio move there. Oh, yeah. I think Cooper might have took a hit in the...
where no Band-Aid can help.
Nothing.
No Band-Aid is helping at all.
Yeah. Shout out to Mashua Jules Stroger-Smith, one of the teachers at Kashmir, Te Ringo Kahukura, asking me, when did Josh Bretmar go blonde?
Or is the flight up here? There's such terrible weather.
Actually, I can give you the story because I found out the story behind it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So none of the boys could fit the glove, so Coach Joe had to do it for him. And as he was doing it, he was crying because it was burning his eyes while he was getting the blonde hair.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, and
Berg McLean in the corner.
And Stream taking their first lead of the game, up 31-32, Whānau. Just a few stops here and there as Timlin with a deep Kuruwhiwhi Toru, and it's a big answer there from Lockie Timlin. As I believe Ignacio is really coming to his own in the second quarter, being a bit more physical. As in Berger McLean with the steal and the quick kuruwhiwhi toru.
There we go. Why not? You take that shot.
Yeah. As Betteridge checks in for Sheehan, Elijah Sheehan.
This game's been, you know, the rolls and ups and downs continue to excite as this game can't get any closer than a tie ball game right now.
No. There's Brett Meyer just off there on his kuruwhiwhi toru as Adana Robertson wants this one-on-one matchup against Cooper. Great finish with the left.
Well, it's the matchup that, you know, that they favorable matchup there, the speed advantage. Kashmir switching the ball screen. He's got a bigger, slower defender, and he takes full advantage.
Kashmir really need to get into their penetration. I think they're penetrating a little bit too late. They could probably get it off the first reverse and attack, get into the paint, because when they actually have got into the paint, they've got some good looks.
And against the zone, whatever format the zone is in, 1-2-2, 2-3, 2-1-2, there's always gaps. No matter what the zone structure is, there's always a way to attack that, and you've got to be able to try and get to those gaps, get to that advantage as soon as possible. Because we've seen a couple of very late shot clock situations for Kashmir where there's another offensive rebound for Kashmir.
Yeah, great offensive two-upper there from Cooper Redcliffe, using his volleyball bounce. Yeah, I have seen him play volleyball. Impressive young athlete.
We like that. Like having some good athletic ability in the basketball world.
Yeah, for sure. Just obviously I'm going to do shout-outs to all my hoa mahi at Te Ringo Kahukura. Just a big shout-out to Craig Squire. Matua Craig, I know you're listening. E hoa. He's one of our DPs at Te Ringo Kahukura. So, and all my other hoa mahi that are listening. Hope you're enjoying your first day of your holiday. As Cooper almost got his own offensive two-upper there off his kuru tautuku. As we see again.
It's a big one. You're giving some shout-outs. Shout-out to Nat Connell.
Oh, yeah. What did he say to you?
He's just enjoying the call of the game.
Nat Connell, obviously.
Former teammate of mine.
Yeah, national champion for Aranui High School back in '98.
Just an absolute legend of the game and tough point guard. He told me what to do for a couple of years. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Did we see Silverstream short on that one, but come up with their own offensive rebound.
As we see number 10, Sargent, travel. I think he traveled on the first one.
Yeah, a little bit of a drag there as well. But you can see that extended pressure from Silverstream, trying to take the ball out of the point guard's hands, try and keep them out of offense and as unorganized as possible.
There's Brett Meyer there, misses on his own kuruwhiwhi toru. As Adana, impressive. That was tough. Leaning, able to hang, finish with the left hand, just a bit of English. Looked like a bit of a wrist flick there from Adana Robertson. Weston, Brett Meyer. Sorry, no, that's Lachlan Timlin. Here's Ethan Weston.
This zone doing a very good job of keeping that Kashmir penetration almost to nil on that possession.
Yeah.
Ball moves, but it's moving around the perimeter. There's not a lot attacking the paint as we see Robertson
with the
break
mid-range.
the three-point line. Nothing at the rim, so he pulls up and knocks down that long two. Yeah,
the ball hasn't actually got into Axel Heyman's hands the last 4 or 5 minutes, which is very prominent for Te Ringo Kahukura early on in the game. As we see Western as we see a bit of heavy conversation down there between player and coach, Brett Meyer and coach Howell Pope. Hope Powell, sorry. Howell. Sorry, Joe. When you watch this back, my apologies. We see Adana Roberts downhill. Nice little slow step there to get into the paint. They really need to keep attacking. Adana needs to keep attacking there to his left hand, but I think Kashmir needed to do a better job at putting him onto his right hand. But easier said than done, as like we talked about in the Christ College game with Hawani and Ihaka, both lefties. It's a tough guard.
It is, and this is where sometimes scout comes into it. Player recognition comes into it. Okay, he wants to go left, he's getting to the rim. If he's going right, he might want to get to a pull-up. Whatever the scout says on each individual. But now, knowing it and changing that, I'm sure every NBL team in the Sal's NBL has Taylor Britt is going to try and get to his left hand.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now, knowing that and stopping that are two vastly different things.
We got to stop the left-hand drive and the mid-range pull-up, which is tough.
Yeah. Better set with the baseline runner.
Yeah, I feel like
but still not enough.
No, they need to get it inside. Axel and Nikolai need to get at least a paint touch, because Axel was pretty dominant the previous few, and that's just a tough shot there from Robertson. Just lulled him to sleep and just pulled up right in his face with a high contest. But when you're confident, those are the shots that you can take.
And this is their first, Kashmir's first real paint touch.
Yeah.
And for a few possessions, and they've earned a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah.
There were a number of possessions where they ran good offense, moved the ball, got it through hands, but they never really threatened the paint, threatened the rim, and broke the three-point line with the ball.
I think the early trans, I think that's where they can find him. As Axel has been pretty dominant when he has got the ball, offensive rebounds, but because Kashmir are in shooting a lot of threes, he doesn't get a chance to get those offensive rebounds. They're a bit longer, right?
Yep. And right now we've seen a Silverstream turn an 8-point deficit into a 7-point lead.
So, you know, game of runs, Whānau. Kashmir will look to respond, but I think Adana will look to kill the clock. But in saying that,
an early shot. It's always good when it goes down, but that's going to give Kashmir one more bite at it.
Cruz with the tough shot, and Silverstream have turned on a big 31-13 second quarter to take a 47-37 lead into halftime, and we'll be right back, Whānau.
Sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's learning when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
Hi, I'm Andrea from Chemist Warehouse, and we're so excited to be here to launch the initiative Hoops in Schools. We so hope our tamariki enjoy basketball as much as we do. I like my free hat! Yeah!
Hi, my name's Riley, and I like these hoops because it's a great opportunity for us to learn how to play basketball. Hoops because everyone has fun, and then thank you Chemist Warehouse, thank you basketball.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
It's time for action. We are working to reduce the impacts of climate change, side by side, with nature, with each other, through research, investment, and practical innovation. Because nature is not a resource, it's a collaborator. Nativa, leading with nature.
Oh, why are you ruining it for, Joe? Hurry up, come back here.
No, just because you're not tall enough to get on the top.
No mai hoki mai whānau ki te papaoe te whare o Fly Palmy Arena for this Pool C matchup between, aroha mai, Pool B matchup between Kashmir, Te Ringo, Kahukura and St. Pat's Silverstream, with Stream up 47-37. Just a quick update, whānau, on other results. If you have missed it, you can go onto the website to have a look at these, but we can give you an update here with Pool A morning games. Well, first round games. Rangiora High School beat Francis Douglas 66-46. St. Peter's College Auckland taking on one of the locals, Fielding High School. St. Peter's with the win 73-54. Shirley Boys, who are the winners of Zone 4 this year, taking on Rosmini 87-72 in those games. Only the one game played in Pool A, one round. Pool B, obviously this one, we have this game going right now. Napier beating Kashmir 91-58. Stream beating Hamilton Boys 83-73. And Mount Maunganui beating Pukekohe 73-64. Obviously, we have this game going on right now. Napier taking on Pukekohe and Mount taking on Hamilton Boys. So we do have all 6 teams in play today for the AA Boys. As we come back, Stream, big turnaround, 31-13 quarter. So massive turnaround from the first. So let's see the adjustments made by Coach Hope Powell and Coach Stallworth.
Yeah, it really was. We spoke about just in the break between ourselves about how the game has just unbelievably changed from quarter to quarter. Kashmir came out, had a great first quarter, built that great lead, and Silverstream able to turn it around with a fantastic 31-13 second quarter.
Yeah.
And we talked the game of runs, so interesting to see how both teams come out of the half.
Yeah.
And whose turn is it to go on a run as Silverstream stay in that zone, but
great
Kashmir able to break down the zone off the dribble.
Yeah, I think that's their best bet. The passing is good. They're getting it side to side, but it's not really moving the defense, right? And once Kashmir have actually got into the paint, good things have happened. Just some other updates. Pool C, which was the pool we had before. Nelson losing to Christ College, 82-75. Tauranga Boys got the win against St. Kitts, 88-75. Dilworth, Aquinas, obviously Aquinas taking that one, 78-68. Whānau.
Aquinas come in there, a single A school that have qualified for the AA, which is great. As we see Berg McLean.
Great save.
Get on the rim and nice fancy finish. The ball deflected.
Yeah.
And his hustle, unfortunately, out of bounds.
Yeah, as we see, Aquinas did beat St. Kitts 87-75. Nelson with a big comeback against Tauranga Boys, 86-85. And obviously the game we had previous, Christ College pretty much dominated the whole game. from start to finish, as we see Western there with the miss, Kuruwhiwhi Toru. As we see Stream deep, Kuruwhiwhi Toru there by Sargent. Number 4, Betteridge there with the offensive tūrapa as Adana Roberts way off, hit the side of the backboard as Kashmir looked to push the tempo a little bit. Tough up and under from Cruz, wasn't able to finish. Adana Roberts, just a little bit too much heat on that mucker.
But that's where Silverstream really get out and have their strength, is when they can get those stops and get out and run. They're an up-tempo team, and playing out of those misses and those turnovers really helps them. Kashmir needs to do a great job looking after the ball. Yeah, so just to eliminate, those opportunities for Stream to run, as we see the big fella playing off 2, taking some bumps and a little bit of a wedgie to finish that play.
But when Axel Heyman has got the ball down there, good things have happened for Te Ringo Kahukura Kashmir, and you know, he's been able to get to the foul line. They've got offensive tūrapa, things like that. As we finish off our AA results for the day, Westlake boys beating Te Kura Kaupapa Māori o Ruamata 97-70. Auckland Grammar against a tough debut for Hill Morden High School, 108-96, and Wellington Cold beating St. Pat's Town at 95-80.
Yeah, those guys would have seen each other a
fair amount.
Just up and down, up the road from each other.
As we see Stream get into their set, little flare action into a mid-range jumper, short. Kashmir unable to get the rebound. Sargent missing his, Kuruwhiwhi Toru. Western able to save it there a little bit. Great find by Axel Heyman. 3 seconds there on Nikolai. Tough one when you're as a big, you get a little bit of a bounce pass in traffic. Kind of the pass you don't want as a big.
Well, it's one of those things that the guards have got to recognize. Some bigs can get down low and sort of catch those ones, and the bounce pass is great because it can take a little bit of heat off the ball.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's harder to pick up, and you've got to know what the guys you want play, what the guys you're playing with, what they like. You know, like, hey, are we going to throw it up? Are we going to am I going to try and feed it on bounce pass, whatever? And it's just that repetition of playing together. You get to feel each other out and figure it out, and hopefully by this stage of the year, you know exactly what's going on. As we see Kashmir switch a couple, but help from the strong side corner.
Yeah,
give up an uncontested look, but after a couple of fumbles, come away with the ball.
Yeah, Kashmir got away with that one. You never like a strong side help, but as we see again, the two bigs working together.
Well, the spacing wasn't great on that one.
No.
But it worked out for the probably one, apart from a score, the best thing that they could have got was a trip to the free throw line and shoot a pair.
He had, I think he had Josh Bretmeyer there all by himself outside on the three-point line. But Kashmir just leaving points at the line as Nikolai splits the pair. A little bit of a 4-0 run to start the quarter for Kashmir.
Yeah, and right now, Stream had that great second quarter. Kashmir have got to figure out ways to just keep the scoreboard pressure going.
Great penetrate kick. Finds Hori in the corner for Kuruwhiwhi Toru. Just great penetration from forward and finds the open shooter. Yeah. I think he just needs to take that shot. Axel has offensive rebound position, right? If he misses, just get it on the rim.
And that's just an understanding sometimes of, if you want to pass, as we see Robertson get to his left hand, get on the rim, get to that left hand. He's so good at that.
So smooth, so strong, physical.
But sometimes it's more selfish to pass the ball.
Yeah.
We've created great offense, as we see there. Great little skip pass back.
Big shot there from Josh Bretmeyer. Can catch fire from three. I know under 18s, he was just a bit unconscious, and I think he hit 8 threes in their first matchup.
Wow.
When he was playing for the Canterbury B team. So capable.
Great defense, great wall up, putting the body on the line.
Yeah, a bit of a staple for Ethan Weston, you know, those hustle things. Hustle plays to be able to wall up, stay in front.
Big fella, able to kick it out.
Yeah. I don't mind that. Triple teamed.
It was, great kick out and extra pass. The shot looked a little bit rushed.
Yep.
Like we mentioned before, being fast is good, being rushed is not. And there are some kids who, that line between fast and rushed is very, very blurry.
Yeah.
As you see, that one there, just feet set, better tempo on his shot. There's nothing in the rhythm that, messed with that.
Yeah,
difference between a make or a miss.
Get into his motion, right? I think the biggest thing, a feet set, as we see forward trying to get downhill. Had the slower Nikolai on him, so he liked that favourable matchup there to get downhill. As forward makes his first kuruto tuku. Oh, and then he gets his own rebound, and he's the only one there.
And that is just an effort play.
It's like a mental lapse there, right? Like all the good teams, they don't have mental lapses like that. As we see. Ooh. Interesting. I think Grimmer sold that one pretty well. Deserves a bit of an Oscar there.
But the whistle has been blown. They're not changing their mind.
No. Have you ever seen a ref change their mind?
I heard a story.
Well, it's story time.
All right. I heard a story that Stan Hill fouled out of a game. The legend Stan Hill fouled out of a game, and there was a referee evaluator doing it like it was an NBL game, and he went up. It was his fifth foul, fouled out. He went up into the stands, had a word. The referee evaluator came down and made the referee change the call.
As we see our kicks, Whānau, there's always good Stan Hill ones.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, but I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
He was probably saving that ref's life, I think.
Possibly.
As we see Stream, number 7 there, Hori, missing front end on the Kuruwhiwhi Toru. Axel Heyman downhill, physical, able to finish through contact.
And this is the advantage that Kashmir has right now.
Yep.
So slowing the game down and playing that inside-out game helps. Whereas you look at Stream,
they want to play fast.
Trying to push the tempo.
Yeah.
And it's the clash of styles, and right now Stream style is winning out.
Kashmir have done a good job at not really rushing as Bretmeyer in and out. Hit two from there, but couldn't quite make that one. Like you said, his feet weren't set there, so great move there from forward. Got into the paint and tough finish off 2 feet.
And it's a tough one for some of these guys to recognize, am I open? Am I rushing? Because if you have to rush your shot or you question whether you got to shoot it, you probably shouldn't shoot.
Yeah.
And that one there, late shot clock, he's got to shoot
that. Yeah.
Absolutely has to shoot it. But the recognition in the seconds leading up to that, you know, what's going on, who's got the ball, and sometimes, like we see Robertson right now, he just took over, you know, for a few possessions. Give me the ball, I'm going to get it done. Who is that guy on Kashmir? Who are they throwing the ball to control the tempo? Who are they throwing the ball to create a shot for himself or a teammate?
Yeah, I think, you know, they need to get it to Axel. Axel's been the one that actually has created for himself, and because he draws so much attention, he's a willing passer out of the post. So, you know, they need to kind of get Axel involved a little bit more, as I'm pretty sure Coach Hope Powell is giving that instruction. But as we see, Axel probably just needs a little bit of a break. He has played the whole third quarter, sorry. But that start of that third had first quarter vibes to me for Kashmir. The way that they were controlling the tempo, getting the ball in the paint, and getting easy baskets, getting to the foul line, whereas Stream have kind of flipped it in that back end of that first quarter and turned it into what they had in the second quarter.
Yeah. It's a tough one with those, like you said, like flipping it, contrasting styles of play and what they're trying to do. An interesting time for a timeout there from Silverstream when they were on a little bit of a run, and you know it looked like the big fella was tired. So essentially, that timeout gave Kashmir a bit of time to regroup. Now, it doesn't look like they regrouped defensively as Stream just hit that corner three, but maybe I know nothing, and that was a great timeout, perfectly timed.
Yeah, tough shot there from Grimmer, who was able to shoot over the contested arm of, I think it was Cooper. Tough finish there by Forward with the left. Was able to change in mid-air as we see the Stream. Whānau getting into it. And kind of built a little bit of a 13-point lead. Extended their halftime lead by 3, and Kashmir got it to 7. As we see Cooper finishing through the contact. Way to be active, getting his own offensive tūrapa and then going up to draw the hutta, the and one.
Just some hard work down low. And whenever any of the Kashmir guys have caught that ball down low, they draw so much attention, that zone collapses in on them. So the kickouts are on, but right now they're not shooting the ball as well as they possibly could. And so the big fellas are trying to get it going and make that scoreboard tick over themselves. Now that's the first time Robertson's really been forced to drive right. So a better defensive effort from Kashmir, because when he goes left, he is hurting them.
Yeah, he's been very punishing on that left-hand drive. As we see a little flare action screen for Josh Bretmeyer and Cooper Redcliffe on the offensive tūrapa, and he's just kind of brought a little bit of energy since coming back into the game.
Which is the thing Kashmir were lacking.
Yeah.
They were lacking that little bit of a punch and a little pep in their step that they had in the first quarter when they built that lead.
Yeah.
And now with a couple of rebounds and putbacks, they've cut into the lead and...
Oh, great pass and finish.
Little
with the dunk. Rim graze?
Yeah, rim graze. We'll take that. He might not get that on day 6 of this tournament with the legs going, but we'll count that as a dunk for the young man.
But he's actually brought Kashmir back into the game there as Cooper Redcliffe, just kind of with his energy. Oh, great finish from Forward just to settle No, right to left Euro and just finishing over a tough contest. There's Cruz there, I think. I don't think it was Riley there with the foul. It was Cruz.
Ford being able to create for himself and get on the rim. Can't finish the three-point play.
Oh, and Cooper Redcliffe, there goes that, well, I would say man, but he's, you know, I think he's year 13, yeah. Cooper Redcliffe.
And it's been a great little spurt of energy for him when he subbed back into the game. Kashmir need to be able to ride that wave, and hopefully that catches on as we finish the third with just over half a second in the third and bring that into the fourth. Missing the first one.
Yeah, he looks like he's kind of carrying a little bit of a knee injury. He's got that tape there on his left knee. Or it could be he's just exerted a lot of energy. He's looking pretty tired. As he
Able
makes the
to
second.
cut that lead to 10. Sets up an exciting fourth quarter.
Yeah. 8. Kashmir taking the 19-17 win in that third quarter to cut the lead to 8. So they had good spurts there, did Te Ringo Kakakura. Hey, just a shout out to our team behind the scenes, doing a great job with our graphics. Love the graphics this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no technological knowledge of how to do this, but I appreciate what's going on.
Yeah, no, neither do I. We just sit here and talk and read what's on the screen half the time.
Only half the time.
Only half the time, yeah. Things that you like from Kashmir in that third quarter there, Miles?
I like the energy that they brought for a little bit of spurt there. Young man came off the bench, got back into the rhythm of the game, and they grabbed a couple of offensive rebounds and just managed to get some stops and scores, which was great from young Cooper, I believe.
Yep.
And Cooper Redcliffe, he was a burst of energy on that, and I think he needs to drag a couple of teammates with him just to get that going.
Yeah, and then obviously on the other end, I like the way that St. Pat's have kind of shared the load there in the third. You know, you had young Ford kind of got going, getting to the rim, hit a couple threes, and then obviously Arana Robertson has been very instrumental at just getting downhill on his left hand and finishing through contact.
And that there was a possession where Kashmir forced him to his right hand and just nowhere near as effective. And so they need to try and do that again and again. And like we spoke about with Taylor, a guy like Taylor Britt, the scout says one thing, but actually being able to do an impact that is a completely different thing. When high-level players get going, they are tough to stop.
Yeah, like, and you've already spoke about it, but Taylor Britt has the scout on him, lefty, finish with his left hand, but it's near impossible to stop going left.
There was a guy in the NBL many years ago, Ricky Grace, amazing point guard, one of the legends of the Australian League. Same thing. Ricky's going left. If he can't go left, he's probably going left. And the hardest thing to do was stop him going left. As this game gets back underway for the fourth quarter, 10-point lead.
And there's that strong corner help again as Berg McLean with a kudu whiwhi turu.
Sorry, it was an 8-point lead. That takes it to an 11-point lead.
Another offensive two-dopper from Cooper. He has just been a menace for Kashmir, and St. Pat's Silverstream have really struggled to just keep Cooper off the boards.
Yeah, very similar to to Harry Flatman in the previous game. Just the effort that we talk about, the motor of these guys, just 100% effort, 100% of time, and Redcliffe's definitely got that and playing very, very well with that high level of energy. And his effort is really keeping these guys within touch right now. Now there's still 9.5 to go.
Yeah. Still a lot of time left.
But if his teammates can't bring, as we see, Redcliffe with a steal. Hopefully his energy and enthusiasm is contagious, and the rest of his teammates can bring that to the party and try and peg this 10-point lead back.
Yeah, like I think he was unlucky to get called for the foul in the first one. I think that second one there was a bit of a make-up call for Stream. But here we go into their pick and roll as Ignacio looks to get downhill. And just too strong. Great defense there from Cooper. Took it in the chest, but that's just too strong, too athletic there by Ignacio. As we see Brett Meyer almost lose it, but then manages to get the ball back. As we see a first look at number 21, Kane. I think the shot clock was reset there.
Just deeming whether Stream took possession of the ball. I don't think they actually had a controlled possession, so the clock shouldn't reset.
Now I think there's only 2 seconds left on the shot clock. They're just having a chat there, saying that Stream didn't get possession. And there's actually 5 seconds left on the shot clock, Whānau. And you can see the shot clock obviously in the top of the screen, but it is down on the left hand as Arana with the steal. Back to forward. Forward has been very instrumental in the second half of just keeping Kashmir at arm's length, getting downhill, making big shots. As we see a tough mid-range contest there. Great block from Berg McLean on Josh Bretmeyer.
The point guard coming up big defensively.
Those are always the good ones, the very few, like you said, that get back possession.
Well, the ball was actually going out of bounds. It was Kane that jumped from out of bounds, and he hadn't established position on the court yet.
Could have just left it there.
Yeah, could have left it, and they would have kept the ball. But I love the effort. Unfortunately, it results in the ball going the other way, and Ignacio scoring, extending that lead again.
Just active hands now from Stream as Kashmir just trying to force too many things. Tough finish. Yeah, and Coach Hope Powell's looking for a timeout. And I really don't think Kashmir want to get into this running game that St. Pat's Silver Stream have got into. I just think that Stream just do it a little bit better than Kashmir.
And that's always going to be a tough one. I can't outrun a running team if I'm not a running team.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's a couple of teams I've watched today that if they can get into what they do, they're very tough. Yeah. And this is the chess match that we've spoken about, and this is the fun and games of coaching and trying to figure out how to create those advantages for your team and what can get you those wins. And right now, Stream are out and running. It's going to be a very tough thing to outrun these guys if you're Kashmir. So you've got to figure out how to stop them running, slow the tempo, get back to those bigs that were doing so well early in the first quarter and in patches during the rest of the game.
Yeah, like 16-point lead, you know, they have got it back to 7 single figures. So it is doable for them, but I think they need to work their way in. There's still a lot of time, like 7:59 left on the clock, or 7:58 as the whānau see back home, but it is a big mountain to climb, big maunga to climb for Te Ringo Kahukura, so we'll see how that pans out.
Well, just with a shade under 8 minutes to go, anything is possible. We've seen some big runs from a number of different teams here on day one.
And yeah, just Brett Meyer not finishing that, and just a little bit too eager from Ignacio. Like, you're up 7 minutes, let's just kind of kill a bit of the clock.
I don't think necessarily killing the clock per se, because what got them here is that lead, and is the run. Sorry, what got them here and this lead is the running game. You don't want to stop doing the thing that you're good at, and you don't want to stop doing the thing that got you the lead. But you're right, like those passes that are
50-50.
50-50, like let's just ease up on that one, because as we spoke with the volume of threes that teams can shoot and how hot people can get, you know, a 10-point lead, a 12-point lead isn't, even a 20-point lead isn't insurmountable in a short space of time if someone gets going.
As we see Kane there, just hit the top of the shot clock there, so there'll be a ball to St. Pat's Silverstream with a 16-point lead. Like you said, not comfortable, as anything is possible with the three, you know, the great equalizer, they call it, the 3-point line, the kuru whiwhitoru. As we see a hedge there by Axel. As Ignacio has just got it going there on that right wing for Stream and has racked off, I think, 6 points in a row. Great find there from Brett Meyer to Boiling, who will earn his way to the kuru tautuku.
And that is where I think Kashmir can take advantage of that great cut on the drive, the ability to try and get inside. They do look like they've got a slight size advantage over Silverstream, but they haven't been able to quite figure out how to use that
consistently.
Consistently to keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Yeah, like they have. I think they have done the better of the two at getting to the foul line this game. It's just it hasn't been very often. Well, it's been often, but not as much as they would like. As we see forward missing.
And that little breakdown there, a little bit of a fumble. The body language from the Kashmir guys sort of says it all at the moment.
Yeah, like we said, not down and out though. Still, you know, 16 points. Stop here, score. That would have been massive if they got that possession. Seeing what they could get out of it.
And sometimes it can come down to what a coaching group has done in practice.
Yep.
You know, have they had repetitions in practice of, hey, like, guys, this is a 4-minute game. We're down 8. What are you going to do? This is a 7-minute game. This is a 10-second game. Yep. You know, whatever those games are, just to rep some of the situations that come up in basketball games. Like, it's great to be able to run your offense against man or a zone, press, break, press, whatever the situation is. But have you put that into a realistic situation where it's like, okay, this is the thing we need for this situation? And, you know, Kashmir right now with 6:15 to go, 16-point game. Have they repped this? Do they know what's going on? Do they know where they're going to try and get shots and create? Great defensive pressure, forcing a turnover.
Yeah, managed to get...
They need a score. What are they going to run? To get a layup, to get a wide, uncontested three, to get to the free throw line?
Yeah, their last few positions have kind of stalled. It's been throwing it at the hoop contested. But we saw a great drive there from Brett Meyer. Just wasn't patient enough there down in the post to get a good look. But... as we say that, Berg McLean with a kuru whiwhitoru.
Technical there for taunting.
Yeah. In the contents of like...
hit the three and then let them know about it?
Yeah, I understand the tech. Because that's a big crackdown, right? In terms of celebration, things like that.
Don't be an egg. That's basically
pretty much it.
Yeah, don't be an egg.
Yeah, as we see here.
Now, if he hadn't turned to the bench, we could probably let that one slide.
Yeah, it's just the fact that he turned, looked.
And we still want to have emotion in the game.
Yeah. I just think the direction of the emotion has changed in terms of like changing
Oh, yeah, there's no question about that.
Yeah, I saw a few. Obviously, I'm a big American football guy, so I watched a few games this morning of American football, so I've been up for a while, and they're taunting, a lot of taunting ones for yelling at people, pointing at people, flexing on people, so
they're the most fun, those ones.
Yeah, it's not just basketball, Whānau. Football, American football is moving in that way too, as we see Nikolai with the and one. Just an easy in there for Kashmir, and Nikolai finishing through the contact as he makes his kuruto tuku. The kuruto tuku. Hara me te tahi, so the N1 whānau. Great show there from Axel.
Great deflection, yep. Unfortunate they couldn't hold on to that one, and Silverstream, after the Kashmir effort, come up with an easy one.
Yeah. Sort of a fancy through the legs there from Brett Meyer. Looking back there, Lachlan Timlin. Back to Timlin, missing. But there's Nikolai and Axel just getting their hands and forcing extra positions for Kashmir, which I think they have done the better of the two. But in saying that, St. Pat Silverstream did shore up their defensive rebound when they went on that big run. Great.
And rebounding out of a zone is always tough, but that possession there just shows the differential in styles of play. Kashmir able to get the ball inside and score. They just need to be able to do that against the zone repeatedly on a consistent basis.
Great find from forward. This needs to go up there, Kane. He just kind of got caught in no man's land and threw it in pass. He's lucky to catch a stream player.
Well, space is so important. Even on the fast break, you had three guys running fairly close to each other. What's your ability to stretch the floor, create space for someone else?
Yeah.
As we see a good look, unable to finish.
Yeah, and
that's stream.
Been the difference, right? Ignacio in those situations, he's making those tough layups forward. Robertson, Kashmir just kind of have struggled with those, and great find. It's a bit of a miscommunication there from Kashmir. Needed to have the tagger come across, and he was nowhere to be seen.
And just the breakdown, and you never have to be in rotation if you never break down on the perimeter. But unfortunately, there for Kashmir, Stream do a very good job creating that overlap, and the defensive rotation is slow. An easy score at the rim. Stream here in their huddle, trying to figure out how to close this game out in the last four.
Yeah.
Last 4 minutes. Kashmir trying to figure out how to.
I think Kashmir had their moments.
Oh, yes.
Definitely had their moments to, close this gap and figure things out. It's just kind of didn't go the way they probably could have made a few shots. So just, for example, their defensive stop, right? Brett Meyer and Heyman collide, and Trim gets the scraps and finishes that layup.
And basketball is sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah.
And two teammates sort of fumbling the ball and coming away with it, as we see the nice high post action, in and out action, inside out. And Kashmir have the shooters.
Yeah.
They've just got to create those very clean rhythm looks for them.
Yeah, and then a lot of their threes that they have hit have come off inside touches from Axel, who's found the open shooter.
Yep. He's a very willing passer. It's almost as if that zone potentially could help Kashmir.
Yes.
With the dribble penetration. As we talk about those backcourt turnovers.
Yeah, just
hurting Kashmir
lost
again.
the handle there. Like another one where it could have went either way. Is Nikolai with the Kuruwhiwhi Toru. Those things, right? Like two of those positions, you don't turn those ball over. It's a 68-80 or 72-80 game, and we're talking a whole different thing. Is great find. Ford with the pull up. Yeah, Ford has put himself together. Had a nice quiet game there. You know, he was very, very good in the third. As Brett Meyer hits another Kuruwhiwhi Toru. Maybe a little bit too little, too late. You never know. Anything can happen with 2:30 to go.
It is, but there's that dribble penetration. Kashmir's defense unable to contain Robinson off the bounce, which is a tough ask. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. So, but it's he's played a very good game. Ford's played a very good game.
Yep. And you've had contributors, right? Just like Kobe, Berger McLean's hit big shots.
Berger McLean has done. I really like his game. He's outstanding in tempo control.
Yep.
He shot the ball well. A little bit sassy on that made three in the corner there earlier.
Yeah,
we see a replay here.
Had that block too. And just Ford there, just getting in the way. Making things a lot bit difficult.
But that would be the fourth or fifth turnover in the backcourt for Kashmir.
Where they've gained possession and did a great job at stopping. And it's a tough finish there from Robertson over Axel Heyman. Just
getting left, going left and finishing left. Very, very tough.
As we see Brett Meyer wheeling and dealing. Finds Weston. I'd say this is a good win for Silverstream. Started off slow, came back. It's had a strong second quarter, which pretty much, put them in front, and then have been, I wouldn't say comfortable, but kind of come up with big things throughout the game as Brett Meyer misses the Kuruwhiwhi Toru and Axel Heyman with the two-dupper. As Brett Meyer makes that one after the whistle. And Weston, young Ethan Weston, will go to the line for his e rua kurutotuku. I don't know if you hear, but just Coach Stillworth still barking out instructions with his team relatively comfortable. Coaching never stops, right?
No, and I do like the fact that there's some coaches here that will coach everyone. No matter the score, they're coaching the bench guys, whoever's in the game, starters. It's great to see the level of expectation is high. As we see the show there, guard just chasing that big into the gap. And while it never really got out of control, Kashmir lost that early lead that they'd built.
Yeah.
And were never able to really regain that composure.
No, and it was looking pretty well for them. Obviously, I spoke to Coach Joe before the game, and he said this exactly the same blueprint of what happened with Napier. Played the quarter of their lives, down 3 after the first quarter. And then obviously Jackson hit a couple threes, and then the heads went down, and it's kind of not similar to what happened here, but they have competed. Just a few mini errors for Kashmir that led to, obviously not being able to win the game. But here's Axel. Great defense there by Hoodie to put Axel off, but great follow by Josh Brettmeyer.
Really impressed with Redcliffe's ability to work and keep going. Unfortunately for Kashmir, didn't shoot the ball as well. as they possibly could have. You can see some guys have got the ability.
Yeah, as we see, I don't know, Robertson, I think he has a cramp there in his calf. Yep.
Yes, and that's not good. Get the pickle juice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty serious one. So we're literally playing 4-on-5 as Arden tries to stretch it out there.
And it's games like this where every point can matter, as we see that one unable to go, because in some of those close pools, points differential really matter.
All right, whānau, obviously last game of the round, so St. Pete's Silverstream taking the win 88-77 against Zone 4 Te Ringo Kakukura Cashmere High School. I'm Josh Thompson, joined by Miles Pearce. We'll be back tomorrow, whānau, 9 a.m. And we'll have a big day on Tuarua tomorrow. Aloha mai, I've just been talking way too much.
There you go.
All right,
Thank
have
you
a good
very
night.
much.
Pōmari e whānau.
This is an opportunity that we can't pass on.